Hello, hello. Hey, whoa, Santa Beard's gone. Right, this is a wee impromptu live. I'm just setting up here. Still getting used to all this thing. Oh, so you might send me some cake if I'm a good boy. I'm never a good boy. Hello, everybody. Yes, Santa has lost his beard. I've still got to trim all this sort of extra hair off. I just thought, it's what time is it? 22:48 here in the UK. It is Hogmany. It is the eve of changing from 2019 to 2020. Jings. This Bob's giving it. What, Bob? What? I mean, yeah, I was born in 1967 and we're coming into 2020. Yes. So, yeah, the beard's off. Yeah, I'm still a bit rough shaven. Took it off the other day. Hair's still a bit long. I'll probably still tie a ponytail in it, but I've just been making sure I've got all my consumables ready. So I've got a wee bit of onion and garlic dip. And of course a nice big bag of Doritos. Keep me going. So that's me got my sustenance. I'm also, as a true Scotsman, just having a wee little vodka and cola, courtesy of Mr. Smirnoff. So, hello. So I may or may not be joined this evening by a few friends. I've sent a few links out. So, yeah, this is totally random. It wasn't planned. Oh, a new person in, Irish Piper. Hello from Minnesota. How you doing, user Minnesota? Let me think. You're probably about 5 or 8 hours. It's not New Year's yet. It is Hogmany in Scotland. The evening before New Year is Hogmany. So until it goes ding and 12 o'clock, it is still Hogmany. So welcome in, Irish Piper. Are you a model maker, Irish? Or how did you come across my stream? Just as a matter of interest. 5 p.m. your time. Yeah, so you'll be East Coast, are you? East Coast, 5 hours behind. So it's a little impromptu live stream. I normally make styrene models, as you'll probably see by all the boxes and stuff up behind me. And I'm dabbling in electronics and things like that. So might get a mixed audience coming in, maybe some new people because I'm dabbling in my electricity. Onion and garlic dip. Obviously, I've not got a girlfriend at the moment, so I'm not worrying about the garlic. Garlic. So I've got Frankie goes to Hobbies. How you doing, Frankie? Right enough. Are you 2 hours ahead of me, Frankie? It's 22:50 here. What time is it where you are, Frankie? Is it 23:50? You're an hour ahead. Of course, if any Australian viewers come in, it's already Happy New Year to them. So it'll be interesting. Bob seems confused tonight. It's like, what, who, where, why, what? And we gotta know. Me Northern Irish friend, John Reeves is in, he's going, McLoving. I don't know what this McLoving thing is. You'll need to explain it to me. Yeah, so in good old Deutschland, where Frankie comes from, it's 10 minutes to 2020. Ooh, rock on, Tommy! That's a UK reference. Most folk won't get it. So I'm just going to open up my garlic dip so I've got something to munch. Excusez-moi. As I say, it's just a impromptu live feed just to see who all tune. Garlicky mass produced. Oh, fuck, that's strong. Nice though. I've got my picky bits ready. Oh, good, that garlic strong. But I do like garlic. Excuse me while I rustle my Doritos open. Doritos. I don't know if cheese and garlic will work, but it's what they had on offer at the co-op. Frankie's going sumst, and Bob's going to lick it good. Oh look, I happen to have. I don't know if tangy cheese and garlic goes together, but excuse me while I apply it to my face. McDonald's, he can't spell. So yeah, obviously a lot of you will be with loved ones, and I don't know, New Year's changed quite a lot here in Scotland. I'm just checking I've not missed anybody off on the chat here. So Irish Piper, I enjoy them a lot. East Central Time, okay. Yeah. Irish Piper's asking what part of Scotland I'm in. I'm in the Central Belt. I'm an Edinburgh man originally, but I'm sort of halfway between Glasgow and Edinburgh at the moment. I'm slightly closer to Edinburgh. I'm in Susan Boyle's hometown, actually, a place called Blackburn. There's also Blackburn in Manchester, but this is Subo's hometown. It's a shithole, but yeah, you know. Fraser Green's in. He's going, hey, oh, where'd the beer go? Well, it's quite interesting, actually. I was out in a strong wind, and next door's cat came along and licked it off my face. And there we go. So what's... At least it won't get in your beard. Yes. So I've got a couple of mods in tonight. Plastic Monkey and Ice Queen. Plastic Monkey is my good friend Paul. And Ice Queen is my good friend Sue. But they talk kind of like that because they're like down where the tractor is on the farm and that. And they don't really like communicate very well to normal English speaking people. And they get a bit confused in that. But if you misbehave, they're going to bounce out on your R's. R. So I have sent links if my usual crew, excuse me while I blow my big hooter, if any of the usual crew want to pop in and join in later on, they are more than welcome. They have the link. That Dorito was actually really nice. I'm going to apply another one to my face. Please excuse me. A big dollop of co-op garlic and successfully applied to my face. Irish Piper is saying, Happy New Year's to you, my friend. I gotta get going. Thank you, and all the best to you when it comes as well. You'll be 5 hours behind us. So yeah, all the best to you and your loved ones in the new year. Hopefully it's I've had a bit of a shit year this year, so I'm hoping next year's better. I'm trying to get back into the YouTubing and that, so here I am. Plastic Monkey's giving it R. Quite a few new names coming in here, so there's a lot of people obviously sitting at home with a wee sherry going, oh, I'll see what's on YouTube. I didn't really build models in that, but here's somebody crazy on. So yeah, my nickname's Smooth, my real name's Terry. And normally I am sitting there model making and stuff, but I've been out of model making for a bit. Oh, these are addictive. So you'll need to excuse me whilst I apply copious amounts of garlic and what was it? Garlic and I'll tell you now. Onion and garlic. So all the girls are going to be running to me. Absolutely delicious. Right, so what's Frankie saying? I had a bacon bomb for dinner. So do you put dynamite in a pig and it goes boom and you end up with bacon bit? What's a bacon bomb? Everything is better with bacon. All you need with bacon is a bit more cheese, and if you haven't got more cheese, then more bacon will suffice. John sent, there's a no bad wee chippy in Blackburn. It used to be good. The guy with the mobile van, I'm trying to mind his name now. His chippy is excellent. The one that's there just now, just applying some more Doritos to my face. Another new name in. Hi, my name is Stu95. All the best. All the best to you. Right on, where are you from? Having a tenant's lager alone? Not anymore. 3 hours and 30 till New Year's. Now, we're just over an hour. 3 hours and 30. So where are you based then? Hi, my name is Stu. Looks like a hot dog. What looks like a hot dog, Bob? Nope, flies were open again. He's been looking at his tallywhacker. He's a bad man. These are addictive, by the way. Do not open a packet of garlic stuff and indulge and apply copious amounts of stuff to your face. So thanks everybody for joining in. Nothing majorly planned. I did my first live stream, well, proper live stream, with a few friends just before Christmas, and hoping to get back into it again. But I thought, as I live alone, why not? What have I got on my? Ew. I seem to have projected some of my Doritos onto my screen. It was a bit. Yeah. I thought I would keep myself and you guys company by doing a wee live stream, so we can either talk about model making, lots of naked bronzed ladies or gentlemen, whatever you prefer, or electricity, or what did you get for? Oh, what did some of you get for Christmas? What's this? It's okay. I'm going to show. Oh, yeah. My admins are on top of it. Yeah. Sometimes I've got it set up to withhold comments that are potentially inappropriate, but yeah, fuck it. People swear, so yeah. Bob, you looked down and didn't recognise yourself. Okay. He's always looking at his Todger. 50 seconds. I call it Big Bob. Big's maybe a bit of an exaggeration, mate, but you know, you're always looking through. See, Bob spends his life going around with an optivisor on, so his PP always looks big because he's like, oh my god, where did that come from? He has to wear this to go to the toilet to find it underneath his belly. So yeah, optivisor. Right, where are we up to? Oh shit, I'm going to kiss you for New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Stu. Is it Happy New Year somewhere? Where are we? Happy New Year. We're 11 p.m. here in the UK, so I guess my European friends are. I'm just checking on the chat here. Excuse me a wee second. Frankie Goes to Hobbywood will be in New Year because he is in Auf Deutschland. So, what is it? Ein gutes neues Jahr. Ist das richtig? Ja. So, Happy New Year, Europe. Happy New Year, Frankie. Thanks as always for being a good friend and supporting me and all that. That's brilliant. So, I'll just try to see who all pops in because I'm just sitting at home munching this rather lovely co-op garlic tip, actually. It's very strong. And some orange. Orange? Well, orange colour, but cheese, Doritos. Have I had a bit to drink? What's you saying? Just for you, happy Hogmany. Yeah, it's not New Year till the bells ring. I was just listening out there. There was fireworks going off about 5 p.m. tonight, and I'm like, it's a wee bit early for the fireworks. So, as I say, the channel's predominantly about model making. Got a little group called Smooth Cave. And Frankie Goes to Hobbywood did a little dial. He did a little, I think it was a Mark 1 Golf GTI a while back. He put LEDs in for the headlights and LEDs in for the tail lights and everything like that. And then he did a little dial with like wee pine trees and snow and all that, and asked him how he did all the snow. So his pictures actually, I thought it was so good that I've put up as the header for Smooth Cave. If you wonder what Smooth Cave is, I'm not putting a link up just now, but if you watch any other videos and you go in the show more bit underneath the videos, it links to all sort of Twitter and all that sort of thing, and Smooth Cave. It's free to join model makers and hobbyist group. where you can share your work, ask for tips, things like that. And yeah, so Frankie's wee Golf GTI with the deer and the headlights and all that, just thought it was really nice. So going into 2020, that's what the banner for Smooth Cave's going to be. So I thought that was quite apt. Lee's in. Good evening, Lee. Where are you from? Happy New Year when it comes. He's obviously in the UK. Yes, we have got just under an hour to go. So have any of you guys made any New Year's resolutions? I tried that once, or maybe more than once, and they never work. I'd love to stop smoking, but while I'm talking about stopping smoking, just going to put the lid on my lovely. I tell you what, that coat of garlic dip's nice. I'm actually going to have a cigarette before I decide on what I'm going to do resolution-wise. I hadn't actually thought about making any. A nice resolution would be actually get laid. I think it was about 2.5 years since I last got laid. Is that a resolution or is that just a wish? Is that like something you put in your Santa? Santa, I need to get laid, and he sends you one of these little helpers. Helpers. So at least for Glasgow. Oh, he's a wee Jeep. Okay, how's the wains and that going? No resolutions this year. You like me, you never keep them. So any of the new people that are in, Stu95 and Lee, how did you come across the channel? Were you just bored and looking on YouTube? Because as I say, normally the people that come in are they're into model making. I've got a few sitting up and I've not got a light on it. One of them's fell over, that's why I've not got a light in it. And I've no bother picking it up. And there's a dead motorcycle there and bits and bobs there. So I generally build plastic and sort of balsa wood or whatever I fancy models. Oh, John, I was waiting for that. Do you know what? If I go into 2020 and I haven't finished it, that'll be my 4th year working on that RD, mate. So yeah, maybe finish it off. I am going to make a concerted effort to clean up my man cave because I haven't really used it for 11 months. 11 or 12 months. I've been doing it. See, my bench is kind of clear because I keep a wee area clear so I can do my videos for like my electricity, or if I'm doing a kit review or something like that. But the rest of it is a total shithole, and any dust that has fallen has laid there for 11 months. I'm not really into sort of I'm not really into housekeeping, but I need to get back on it because there's a couple of projects that are very close to finishing and I need to be able to airbrush them. And to do that, I need no dust bunnies. Fraser's saying his resolution is actually start a 40k army. You've been talking about this for a while. Good old Warhammer 40k. I haven't built a lot of 40k. I played the game with my brother when it first came out, when the board game, the Rev 1 stuff. But I have done like a wee Razorback, and I've got some Space Marines sitting there waiting to get painted. But as all you guys that normally follow me know, that I've done bugger all for 11 months. Lee's saying, I just searched Hogmany live on YouTube and you're pretty much top of the list. Really? Well, unfortunately, I'm not Ricky Fulton, and I do miss Ricky Fulton. You know, the sort of I am the Reverend, I am Jolly. Hello, and good evening, and welcome to Hogmany Lake Call. Yes. Out the car, Stirling. I miss all that sort of stuff. New Year's kind of played out now. I remember when I was younger, you know, like drinking age, 17, 18, there was always parties at somebody's house up the street. So you would get to bring your own bottle. BOYB was yeah, I think we should boot that one, admins. Thanks. Yeah. Yes. As always, we get some people who decide that they want to spam the channel and put a load of shite in, which is why, yeah, the admins are on top of it. Ban the fucker. First and last ban of 2019. If you want to come in and type shit in, that's fine, and converse. If you want to actually post up a load of shit about, was it credit card numbers? Yeah. Right. I'm just going to sort that one out myself. Right. We're just going to ditch him. There we go. Yeah. Take him down. There's always some idiot. This is totally off topic. If you do YouTube and you do live shows, there are people who hunt them out and spam your message channel with it, and I don't see the need for it. Yeah, good one. Yeah. Now, if you can find his site, I need to actually put him in ban. I'll do that later. I'll review the messages and ban them later. But yeah. So I've had and you've done the cool down. Excellent. So normally this is a very, very friendly little channel where we all just have a bit of a laugh. We can be talking about, you know, the 1970s when you grew up, what bikes you've got, or what models you like building and stuff like that. Occasionally you get a fuckwit that will come in and, you know, just spam a load of shite. So gaming with Cool Ninja 98, fuck off, and I hope your next shite's a hedgehog. Right, going back on the chat. Oh, Paul saying my resolution, teeth into my resolution, try to be here next year, same time. That's a good resolution. You're not that old though, Paul. You'll still be here. I do have to say, Christmas and New Year's not generally a pleasant time for myself. I remember things like, you know, Christmas is always about my mum and my daughter being around and that, and my mum passed away a few years ago, so I don't particularly like Christmas because it reminds me of people that I've lost. I do have to say, a good friend of mine, Davey, his wife's dad's in hospital at the moment and he's not very well. So if Davey or Tracy is watching this, big shout out to Jock. I will try and get up and see him. But whilst we're all celebrating New Year, some people are not very well in hospital. So I don't particularly like this time of year, as in Christmas. But New Year is kind of like put all the past behind you and move on. So I do like that side of things. Moving on to a new year and trying to be a bit more proactive. So I'm trying that. Right. So where are we? So Hogmany live on YouTube. There is another guy that's on live at the moment, Big Clive. I tried chatting away to him, but they're in the Isle of Man and chat's going because they've got like 20 million subscribers. So I didn't even get a mention. I was like, but yeah, Big Clive live. He's a good laugh, that guy. He's into all his electricity and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try and stop smoking. Not. Because it's about the only thing that keeps me sane at the moment. So did anybody get anything really, really nice for Christmas? Anybody at all? Counting down about 49 minutes to 2020. That's quite a big that's quite a big one, isn't it? Said the actress to the bishop. Oh, I'm being accompanied this evening by Mr. Smirnoff and Diet Cola. Although I shouldn't really be drinking too much because of my medication. But yeah. So you guys in the chat, the whole idea about this is a bit of fun. I live alone. I'm not going to see anybody for New Year. I might see somebody tomorrow. I don't know. Type stuff into chat, random stuff, whatever you want to talk about, and we will have a little discussion. And it's all based on you guys bouncing back and forwards in the live chat. I'm still kind of Christmassy. I've got this t-shirt on. Look, there's a Santa and a hobgoblin, and yeah, it's a beer. Yes, I'm a big bloke. What's Lee saying? You got a nice new comfy desk chair. The one I'm in creaks like fuck. Did you get one of these, like what they call the racing car ones with all the the headrest and all the comfy cushions built in. I mean, I've had this one for 10 years and it's fallen to bits, but comfy desk chair. Ah, cool shirt. Yeah, Hobgoblin. I forgot I had it. Do you build models, Lee? Oh, are you into electricity? Just interested in how, apart from obviously somebody's went, oh, what's on Hogmany? It's quite interesting that not so many people now actually sit and watch terrestrial TV for the Hogmany. I remember as a youngster, we used to always try and get into Edinburgh and dive over the walls to get into the live bit past all the security guards. But yeah, I'm too old for that now. Yep, so Isle of Man braces. Given to me by my good friend Chris. He's actually got family that stay in the Isle of Man. And he goes across a couple of times a year. He's been around the Isle of Man circuit a few times. I'd like to go, but I think I would rather go when the TT's not on, so you can just have a wee play about. I wouldn't want to be one of the casualties on the list. It's one of the gaming chairs, just simple grey fabric, none of that flashy neon green pleather stuff. I'd like one of the gaming chairs, but they don't make them in fat bastard size. Now, what I mean by that is the chair I've got just now is a rather comfortable. It's leather. I've had it for a few years. The arms aren't leather, the base and the back's leather. It's not made for people that are like 20 stone and 6'5". I've had to replace the pneumatic piston underneath once already for a heavy duty one, and it's back to the old creaking type thing. So yeah, a gaming chair would probably last me about 5 minutes. So does anybody have any topics they would like to talk about? We've had varying viewers, 10 to 15 thereabouts. I'm not expecting a lot of people in because they'll all be with their loved ones, sitting watching Hogmany live and all that. It's see the accordions and all that. Not quite my. Mind you, I didn't mind a wee bit of the corries in that, but there's only a corrie now, so it's not quite the same. So as I say, I've sent links into some of the other crazy people. Cool Ninja 98 still hasn't typed anything in. This is interesting. I need to remember how you ban people. So yeah, it's just me yapping at you, hoping that maybe one or two of my pals might come in, might just be me, and seeing in the bells, and we'll see where it goes from there. I'm still reasonably sober, and I've got lots of this garlicky and oniony dip, which is very nice indeed. What's Paul saying? Bob's gone quiet. Lee's saying he doesn't build models personally, but he does find it interesting. What sort of hobbies have you got then, Lee? Mine's are like motorbikes, styrene models, and electricity. I'm a mechanic to trade, so anything that you're sort of working with your hands with. What do you have as a hobby, Lee? Majority of the people that are in tonight sort of stick styrene together and make model things. Yeah. I've got so much shite lying about, I can't even get near half the stuff. Oh, Bob's still here. Yeah. Has anybody seen Mark? I know Mark's been not well. Is he about? Anyway. I just wonder. I'm just going to try something here. Still getting used to the StreamYard thing. Is drinking an acceptable answer? Yes, it is. Going out drinking and looking at lovely ladies is an acceptable hobby. Right, I'm just going to try something. Now, this camera's probably pointing totally the wrong thing. I just want to see if I can still do all this sort of. Does that work? Yeah, so you can see all my Doritos. I did a wee video earlier. I've got to solder all this thing together. I'll do it all on camera, and that's my lovely dip. Yeah, so I was just checking to see if any of this worked. So I'll go back to the main camera again. As I say, I'm still just learning to use this program. It's a shame, actually, It only seems to do it. The maximum resolution on this is only 720p. So yeah, I would prefer if it was 1080, but you know, it's a cheap program. Hart, we've got to know he's going McLovin again. What? Aye, we've got to know. Nah, I probably have to say golf. I tried golf. I can hit the ball for miles when I actually hit it, but not in the general direction of where it's supposed to go. So I wouldn't say that, yeah, I wouldn't enjoy golf as a pastime. I'm not bad at the 10-pin bowling. I'm good at throwing heavy objects and scaring the other things down so that all the skittles just go, fuck this, I'm getting out the road of this. So 10-pin bowling I'm no bad at. Anything to do with shooting, archery, or darts or that, I'm no bad at. I was a good shot in the army, so yeah. What is that, McLovin? Yeah, he's trying to say it's McDonald's, but I don't know. He's going McLovin. So I love it or hate it sport. I would like to be able to play golf. We went through to, was it Ayrshire? And it was you know, you get these pitch and putt greens where you get like a 9-iron and a putter, and you've got to make your way around the course. And my brother whacked this golf ball, and then it went up towards the car park, and we heard a yeah, we didn't go retrieving that ball. And lost his deposit on the ball rather than pay however much it was for the side window in the Ford Escort that was sitting up in the car park. But yeah, I'm not very good with balls. Does that sound right? I'm shite at football. I was all right at rugby when I was at school. I was crap at basketball, even though I was tall. I'm all right at pool. I'm crap at snooker. Anything to do with balls, I'm not good at. But if it's anything with accuracy, like shooting or archery or stuff, and darts and that, I'm quite good at that, but I'm shite with balls. So just as well, I'm not a girl. Because as every man knows, all girls are good with balls. Single balls. Sorry about that, Sue. Yeah. You like golf, but don't play only on Xbox. There was a game I played. Oh, I'm trying to remember. It must have been a console game. It was PGA Tour. I was all right at that because you can actually sit and angle it and that, and it hits it at the right angle to do the, you know, hole in one. See, in real life, when you're swinging a wee stick with a bit of metal on the end, you try to hit this wee ball and trying to get it to go down the fairway, it doesn't really work. Well, not for me anyway. So we are about 40 minutes away from 2020. That's actually quite a big milestone because when you think about it, we had the noughties, which was like the 2000s, and some people on Facebook have been putting up like a picture of what they were like, well, if they're old enough, at the beginning of the noughties and at the end of the noughties, or the decade type pictures. Here's me at the beginning of the decade, here's me now. Yeah. Oh, another new name in. Dutch Bewigum 18 times. So you're a golfer yourself. Good evening, Dutch. Are you Dutch, or is that just a nickname? Apologies about my long locks falling all over the place. I'm going to get the shaver out, and one of the first things tomorrow will be like, down to the wood, down to the bowling club for a pint, because I think they're open on New Year. Draft beer. It's always the same at New Year. Oh, you're Texan. Oh, wow. So some American viewers coming in. So are you another 5-6 hours till New Year then, Dutch? Well, there's some of my fellow model makers. I might do a little section in a bit. Probably after the bells and all the hoo-has calm down. I've got a little group where we build models and we share our work and stuff. So it's called Smoothscape. It's on Facebook, and some guys have been posting up their work. So I might, once we get all the bells and the hoo-ha and Happy New Year and all that out the way, which for me is in roughly 38 minutes, I might go and do a little cave review. So if any of you guys that normally follow me are in the cave, your model builders. You want to stick some of your latest work up, we might have a wee look at that later on. You like golf games? I'd recommend WGT Golf, free online game. Oh, can play with 3 others. Really fun, meet loads of great people. Right. So, games. I'm a bit of a gamer, so I'm all right at gaming. Although I'm really crap at first-person shooters like Call of Duty and stuff like that. But yeah, I do like my online gaming and stuff. But it's a lot easier than swinging a big stick in real life. At least with a rifle, you can sort of aim it, pull the trigger, and whatever's in front of it dies. A bit like online gaming. I'm feeling the need for more of that garlicky stuff. So, Sue's going to have a look at that game. So there's quite a lot of free online games now. Is it one of the ones where it's free to play, but you've got to pay for all the upgrades? That's kind of a typical thing. It's like, play a cool game and you get really into it, and it's like, now pay £20 to get to the next level. It's like, really? I'm just going to apply some more of this garlic stuff to my face. So we've got 2 Americans in now. We've got one for Texas. You're like shooting in Dutch if you're in Texas. You're kind of brought up with it as a youngster, are you? Or is that just like me taking stereotypes? What's Lee saying? Me too. Recently fell into the Witcher black hole. Now, that's interesting. I haven't... now, The Witcher, if I remember correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, is a series of books, but it's also a game. And a guy I know in Australia that likes doing all these figures and stuff like that is really into the Witcher series, and he's bought a lot of rather quite expensive resin busts of and characters of the Witcher. Well, the cast that's in The Witcher, or the people that are in The Witcher. But I've never really followed it yet, so apparently it's quite popular. So The Witcher, is that a game then? And obviously the characters that he's building and painting are part of a game series rather than a TV series. Oh, right, okay. Dutch is saying 5th generation Texan. Quite interesting, because when you look at American history, America's probably got about, is it like 250 years of history or recorded history? Because obviously there was the settlers going across and people going across the prairies and claiming land, and so America, although it's really big and densely populated, is quite a young continent or country. Lee's gone, yep, there was the books again, and now recently the series on Netflix. I need somebody with a spare Netflix code to let me see what this Netflix is about. I generally watch Amazon Prime, but there's I play a little phone game, a Star Trek game, and they're all going on about, I remember the original series, or TOS, the original series of Star Trek with William Shatner and Uhura and all the rest of it. I know I've seen a few of the ones with Picard in, Engage, but I've not seen a lot of the newer stuff. I mean, people are going, oh, 7 of 9's gorgeous and all the rest of it. I'm like, who? But apparently it's all on Netflix, and I don't have Netflix. So I'm pretty clueless in a lot of the Netflix stuff. Dutch is saying it's a game series, so The Witcher's a game series, yeah. So yeah, as I say, an Australian chap, a model maker who likes doing busts and figurines and stuff. I do remember he's got a couple of Witcher figures, and they're beautifully detailed. It's all like fancy swords, and there's males and females. I quite like it. It's a bit like the fantasy stuff, although I've never really followed the Final Fantasy series or anything like that. But I do some of the MMORPG games. I like playing the elf archers, and I would love to get a resin figurine of a good elf archer. I've got one that I kind of started and lost interest in, and it is an elf archer. I need to get that finished. I need to get back into my figurine painting and stuff. Lee saying Henry Cavill plays The Witcher, which had me interested right away. I have no idea who Henry Cavill is, but I mean, I don't get out much. That's the easiest way. Dutch is going to approximately, yes, we drove KG3 mad. Who's KG3? King George? King George III mad? I'm not a very good historian. I know what I did last week, but that's the size of it. Also saying just finished watching the first series of The Witcher. Loved it. It sounds quite good then. Lee's going, yeah, me too. Usually watch Amazon Prime series. I found a free way to watch it, however. Best not disclosing that on YouTube. But yeah, there was a good one. Oh, I've got a really terrible memory. I watched a series that was recommended by one of my friends, a Dutch friend. And it was about, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was about if Germany had won the war, how things would be. Man in the High Castle. And there's another series started up. I haven't started watching it yet. I watched the whole of the first series of The Man in the High Castle, and I thought it was really, really quite entertaining. So I've got that to watch. If you haven't watched The Man in the High Castle, definitely watch the first series as the new series is out. Bob says his head's hurt. That might be something to do with the affluence of alcohol and the lack of blood in your alcohol system, Bob. The Netflix series is a TV series. John's done a really weird emoji. Yeah. Lee's going, if you like elven characters, you'd love The Witcher. Loads of them. All right, okay. Man in the High Castle, watched all seasons, absolutely great. I quite like a lot of the sci-fi stuff. The next lot of The Expanse is out as well. A lot of people didn't like the first series. I like that as well. And I binge watched last night, was it The Insurgents? There's like 3 in the series, and there's like different factions, and one of them is all of the factions, and there's like 3. I like that, so I binge watched that last night. Stargate, love Stargate as well. I've watched quite a lot of that, possibly not any of the later stuff, but SG1, yep. 40K's getting some Netflix and TV series. Right, what you on about, Fraser? Yeah, Stargate Universe. I like Stargate. I like anything sci-fi really, especially stuff like, you know, when they're doing androids and all that sort of. Yeah, there was one I started watching last night. It looked quite interesting. It was about an android child, but it was in a foreign language, and it's like Prime doesn't tell you it's in a foreign language, and you watch it and you see all the mechatronics and arms and that. And you go, oh, this looks quite good, and then they're talking shite you didn't understand. Dutch is saying I would like SGU, Stargate Universe, I'm guessing. Lee saying watch most of the series on Amazon Prime. Would only recommend a few, to be honest. What ones is that? Now, I'm quite annoyed actually. I used to be a follower of Top Gear. I like the old, although Clarkson's a bit of a knob because he doesn't like bikers. I'm a motorcyclist. But the trio of them together worked really, really well. And Amazon Prime had their, you know, their series going last year. And this year, I think they're doing like 3. And the first one was on boats. And then you've got to wait 6 months for the next one. It's a bit of a letdown. Fraser saying Games Workshop has gotten a guy who did a successful fan animation to do a fully supported Netflix show. Well, that's interesting. Vikings, I haven't watched that. Cloak and Dagger, I haven't watched that. Man in the High Castle, yes. Mr. Robot, I'm trying to remember if I've watched Mr. Robot. But yeah, they must put a bit of money into it. You sometimes wonder how they make their money. Obviously, like, people are giving them their goods to sell and they take a cut off of distributing them. And then people are paying a subscription to Amazon Prime and they don't always order goods, but it also covers their videos. It's quite interesting to see how that all works, because there must be people paying in every month and not getting the value back. Frank is saying fireworks is nearly finished. We've got about 27 minutes till we get into New Year. Here, Frankie. You got any resolutions, Frankie, apart from keeping building all your models? Yeah. Oh, Beyond Hope's in. How you doing, Beyond Hope? If you like robots, Netflix has a series. See, I've not got Netflix. Better than us. Russian, but dubbed in English. Chilling, but quite good. I'm not really into subtitle type stuff. At least, and if you can imagine Vikings, it's like the Viking version of GOT. Right, you're losing me now. I'm not that up on my films and series. Oh, we've got a new person in, Casey Lou. Happy New Year. Where are you from, Casey Lou? And not quite New Year here in the UK yet. We're still in Hogmany. We've got about 21 minutes until we hit New Year. So where are you from, Casey? And thanks for popping in. Vikings. So is Vikings quite good? And Beyond Hope saying it's not subtitles, overdubbed in English. So it's kind of like, hello, we are here to take away your leader. Like that. Oh, you're from Darlington in the UK. How are you doing? Nice to see you in. Are you a model maker or into electronics, or did you just happen across the feed and go, who is this guy called Smoot? By the way, cheers. Mr. Smirnoff and Coke this evening. And a co-op garlic and onion dip with tangy cheese Doritos, which I've been applying to my face. So yeah, quiet day tomorrow. I may go and visit my friend's father-in-law in the hospital, which, yeah, shout out to everybody that's in hospital and not feeling well at this time of year. A lot of people out celebrating whilst others are, you know, have got the tragedy of a loved one in hospital or something seriously wrong with them. If you use Amazon Prime, it's definitely worth a watch to find out if you like it or not. Okay, I might try out some of these. Dutch is saying you like shooting. Yes, I'm ex-army, mate, so I was quite a good shot in the army. I'm not bad at the clay shooting with the job or side to side or up and over shotgun. I'm also not bad at archery. So I'm all right at that kind of stuff, and arrows, something that requires accuracy. So I do enjoy shooting. Fortunately, in the UK, we're not really as open to people going out shooting. You've got to be in a proper club, and a lot of them are run by the police, actually. Yeah. Brianna Reid is in. Hi, Brianna. Where are you from? What's your hobby? And is it New Year where you are yet? Bob's changed his name to Bob McLovin. Why? What? Thanks, peeps. Casey Lou's waving away. Texas, land of firearms and conceal and carry. Now, yeah, there are a couple of states in America that allow you to carry, as long as it's licensed, concealed weapons. I think I've never been to America. I would love to go. I think if I lived there, I would be one of the people who would have a firearm, just for the fact that the only thing that's going to stop an idiot who starts killing everybody is somebody else with a gun that wants to stop him. You know, police can't be everywhere. You've got a gun. This guy starts shooting everybody. You shoot him, the shooting stops. So yeah, I'm with that. But I do think that's a totally different thing. We start getting into, oh, are guns too easy to get in America? I don't know. I don't live there. But I do know that if I lived there, I would have one. Gavin White, hi, you're fit. Who's he talking to? Touch Gavin. Yep. Your dad owns a farm and guns. Yes, well, I used to go out with a gamekeeper's daughter. So we would go out, guys with guns or farming might know about this, spotlighting. Spotlighting at night for foxes and that, with a 10 bore, not a 12 bore, a 10 bore. Yeah, I mean, I like foxes. I don't think they should be hunted on horses and dogs. I think that's wrong. But I suppose if you're trying to protect your livelihood, you need to keep the population down. So I know all about gassing and stuff. It goes on a whole different topic. But yeah, there's reasons for things. Listen, a lot of people who live in the UK would be surprised by the guns you could own with the proper licenses in the UK. Yes. As I say, a lot of it in the UK is you can be licensed and hold a variety of weapons. They have to be locked in separate cabinets and ammunition, locked up separate and stuff like that, but generally involves a gun club, or you're a gamekeeper or a farmer or something along those lines. Dutch is saying if you pass a federal firearms background, then you can. I can see YouTube coming in now. We're all talking about guns, and they'll be like, the FBI will be sitting going, oh, Smooth's talking about guns and stuff. Yeah, just going, there's a load of guns in Belfast. Yes, I can imagine, actually. I bet it's quite interesting in the UK, until fairly recently, in the past sort of 10, 20 years or whatever, all of our policemen and policewomen were unarmed. They had a truncheon. Oh, missus, I have a large object that when I'm off duty, I'm going to, yes, use your imagination. And then with all the sort of stuff that's coming out now, that there's more gun crime and the gang kind of thing that's coming evolving from America, and more people have illegal firearms and that we actually have armed officers and fast response cars and everything like that. So we've went from the Bobby on the beat who didn't carry a gun to now we have Bobbies on the beat who will quickly get there with guns. So I suppose it's like everywhere. Paul saying some of the area rifles are powerful now. I used to know how to make air rifles very powerful, but yeah, I used to do a lot of 2.2 and 177 shooting as well. Lee's saying most people think it's only shotguns. Yeah, it's not just shotguns. Yeah. So there you go. As I say, it's actually the chap that's in hospital just now who's a gamekeeper. I spent a lovely afternoon one day making shells for his rifle. And you get the empty case and the primer and pour in the black powder, all under strictly controlled conditions, and everything's all locked up in that. But I had a pleasant afternoon actually making bullets. And he said I was quite good at it. Unfortunately, he's in hospital now, just not well. Guns, John, not bloody machine guns. Oh, how you doing, my lovely? Lynn Dipples in. Terry, my love. Heidi, miss you. You look good, my friend. I actually look terrible. I look better than I did with my Santa beard on. My hair needs cut, but yeah, I don't think the ponytail look goes for me. I need to get back down to the wood. So yeah, nice to see you in, Lynn. Hope you're keeping well. Bob McLovin's going, Sue, pick the winner. Odrick's in. How you doing, Odrick? Odrick 9000. Good evening again. Lee's going to all changed after Dunblane. Yeah. I'm not going to go into a subject that I know something about, but yeah. Yeah, Dunblane changed a lot. And Dutch is completely correct. Guns do not kill people. People do. Somebody's got to pull the trigger. Although saying that now, you've got all these autonomous. I've been watching it. You know how you get all these things that fly about. What do you call them? Drones. There's drones now that can carry weapons and stuff, and that gets a bit frightening when you think that if one of those drones that was powerful enough, that had all the geolocation switched off so it could go wherever it wanted to go. I can hear fireworks and it's only coming up for 11:45. Well, a weapon under it, and they could just fly in and try to track the guys. Yeah. So yeah, that sort of terrorism would be quite bad. And Lynn's obviously a gun toting state as well, so she's agreed. Dutch high ice. Casey Lou's going. Michael Ryan from Hungerford. I'm from Kintbury originally. Oh, the Hungerford thing. Oh yeah. Paul saying, live in the moors, most farmers got high-powered rifles for deer, so that's where we break away for the shotgun type thing. Yep. Dutch, they're not suspenders, mate. Suspenders in the UK are the things that ladies wear under their panties to hold their stockings up. These are braces. Oh, it's sore my nipples up. These are braces. Suspenders are what ladies wear here. It's a bit like, yeah, what is it you guys say? I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, you guys call your fanny your ass, whereas here in the UK it's a lady's front garden. I'm just going to apply some more of this to my face. Lynn's going, hi Osric and peeps. Lee Barlow saying, happy New Year, mate, and all plastic fiddlers. I fiddle with plastic. Now, talking to fiddle it with plastic things, slight off-topic tangent. There's a Chinese like eBay site, I'm trying to mind the name it now. Anyway, you go onto it and you can order a life-size sex doll, self-cleaning, all the rest of it. And I got to it from looking up model kits. Apparently there's a bit of DIY assembly required. So yeah, I've not got too far into that, but for about 300 or 400 quid you can get a life-size doll with all sorts of things. Person of interest, I've not watched that. Paul's going, I like suspenders. I like suspenders because it keeps the thing from when you're putting the plough down in the field and that, it keeps it off the potatoes. Casey Lou says, I agree, it's not the gun, it's owners. You're taught a lot of gun discipline when you're in the army. I'm ex-forces, so apart from the guy who forgot to put his safety catch on, because I'm going back quite a few years. I was 25 when I was in the army, so we'd just come off the SLR onto the SA80, the Rev 1. As soon as you went prone position down, all the plastics broke off and all that shit. For the Rev 2. And we were in a firing range in Pennycook. So we're sitting about 100 to 300 metres away from the targets. Basically, you've got a concrete bunker comes up. And there's other squaddies down below. Pull the targets up. You aim, calibrate your rifle. They patch up the target and point to where you've hit so you can adjust for wind and all that sort of thing. So this was recruit training. So you're all standing there with your lovely issued SA-80 rifle with 30 rounds in the magazine that can either be single shot or rapid fire. So you've actually got I mean, American guys, it'd be probably like an M60 carbine or some M16 carbine or something like that. You've probably got single shot and rapid fire. So we were always instructed to always have it on single shot and the safety across, which is just a little button in front of the trigger. So if you've seen an enemy that's safety on and that's safety off, so you can go bang. So the command was given, and when you were hitting targets downrange and all that, was with a magazine of 30 rounds load. So you load and you. The SA-80s weren't much good for right-handed people because it ejects to the right. So if you're left-handed and you did it that way, all the brass would hit you in the face. So right-handed people, and you had to sort of cock over your arm. That sounds a bit bad, cocking over your arm, but so you've loaded it, your safety's on, and then you get the command for the officer or the NCO, prone position down. So you hit the deck, aim your rifle downrange. You weren't allowed to call them guns. They were rifles or weapons. Not allowed to call them guns. You downrange, and then they go safety off, in your own time, rapid fire or whatever at the target. And this guy had forgot to put his safety on. He had loaded his magazine with 30 rounds and it was on automatic fire or repeat. As he hit the deck, he grabbed the trigger and it just went. And if you've ever fired an automatic weapon, every shot you do, the rifle increases in angle. And we just saw the bullets or rounds passing past the officer. Now, why it didn't get done for a negligent discharge, I don't know. But they're fucking dangerous in the wrong hands. So yeah, good gun discipline. We're up to about 19 viewers. We are about 11 minutes away from 2020. So thank you everybody that's joined in. I don't know why we've got onto guns and stuff, but I mean, I'm ex-military, so I'll talk about anything. So thank you all for joining. As I say, it's predominantly a model making channel and I play about with electronics, but we'll talk about anything this evening. Dutch is saying my wife is of Scottish descent, third generation Scottish. There's a lot of Irish in America as well. To be her, one saying, Happy New Year, peeps. Yep, I'm a displaced Texan living in New Mexico. I love my guns. Are you helping build the wall? Has Trump actually started building that wall yet? Is he going to fill it full of alligators and snakes and stuff? Lee's saying, I've seen them, they've got real hair. Is that plastic fiddlers? Okay then. Fighter Networks, another new name in. Happy New Year, fellow Scotsmen. All the best yet. It's not quite New Year yet. I can hear the fireworks going off. It's 10 minutes to go. It's still Hogmany here in Scotland. So we are not quite yet into 2020. So nice seeing you in, Fighter. Casey Lou saying, the guy who personally interested would make a great James Bond. I've always been a fan of Mr. Sean Connery myself. Although the latest guy was quite good. I'm trying to mind his name now. But I've not seen Person of Interest. It sounds like something I might want to see. Dutch is saying you should come back to Texas, Lynn. Yeehaw. Hold on. Chat is absolutely flying up just now, so bear with me while I'm still trying to read it. Lynn's saying I'm going to when I've gotten certification that I need for my pharmacy job. So you're still trying to get your pharmacy tech. Well, you were pharmacy tech, but you actually try to go for a pharmacist. So you're still studying for that, Lynn? Last time I seen you, they were changing all the boundaries. True gun control is hitting your target first time. Yep, I'll go with that, Dutch. Lynn's saying, can I come join you when I can, my love? At the moment, Lynn, I'm just dipping my toes back into YouTube. I've been away from it for 12 months, but I'm pretty sure that if I do decide to get back onto Saturday night live shows again, there's no problem with having you in as an occasional guest. I don't really do the hangout thing anymore. I pop in occasionally into Mark's one. But yeah, I don't have, at some point, I'm pretty sure you can come in and go hello. I'm sure Tweety, or is it Tweety or Sweetie your parrot is? Nothing better than sitting at live chat and someone goes, Mah! And Lynn goes, what? And then you make the same noise. Yeah, it's a little Lynn joke. Name suits you, Bob. JS Idaho is in. That's a name I've not seen for quite a few months. Hello, Simone, everybody. How you doing, JS? How long till New Year where you are? We're about 8 minutes away here in the UK. Lee Barlow's going to sex doll. Yeah, for that Japanese site. Some of them look quite good, actually. And me getting quite lonely, and I've considered it, but it's all the cleanup. You know, getting in there, but would you have to go in with swabs and forceps and that clean all your... Yeah, I want a self-cleaning one. Bob's taking his message away. Yeah, McLovin has pulled again. Great James Bond, Sean Connery. Oh, hello, Miss Moneypenny. Or Miss Funny Fanny. Yeah. Daniel Craig, that's the one. Yeah, Daniel Craig was a good Bond. I do like Daniel Craig. Oh, we've got more new names in. HERTY5 sounds like a postcode. Here, we for Scotland, you for... I'm for Scotland as well, mate. I am in Susan Boyle's hometown of Blackburn. Where are you from? And are you into model making, or did you just happen across my live stream because it said Hogmany Live? Bob's going, Palmer what? Okay. One saying, I'm trying to get my IB certification, so that's doing all the bags full of saline and stuff like that. Yeah. Her TY5 way from Scotland, originally Edinburgh, but as I say, I'm in Blackburn. I'm in Susan Boyle's hometown at the moment. Lynn's obviously typing with her face. She's going, that's okay, Terry. Tweety, my Quaker parrot. Yeah, she's got a parrot called Sweetie, but I think she typed that with her face. Oh, you're for Greenock. Oh, you're a Ouija man. So what you doing for New Year? Are you just sitting watching YouTube? You've got a few friends round, a couple of swellies, or is it a bottle of... Oh, Christ, what the hell do they call it now? Try to mind now. It's dead expensive now. Oh, I've forgotten the name of it. Buckfast. Glasgow, the only place where Buckfast comes out the cold tap. There you go. Jason was saying, rewind. Doing good, Terry. I recently moved back to Utah and I've had no internet for over a month. I'm lost without my interwebs. Lee's going to look 10 years younger. Wait till I scrape all this shite off. I might shave another couple of years off. Yeah, I did. I was in a... You know, you get in a rut, you can't be fucking arse. So I thought, I'll see how long I can grow my beard. And unfortunately, my hair's getting quite white now. So I looked very much like Santa when I did my sort of Christmas live thing. And yeah, I do look younger without it. Aye. Bottle of bucket tonic wine, that's the one. But it's like crazy now. It's like £8 a bottle. It used to be like £3. Yeah, so I do look a bit younger. Doesn't help with the ladies though, because you got to go out the house to meet them. So guys, we've got about 4 minutes to go before we hit New Year here in the UK and Scotland. So I would say if you're going to do I don't know if you can hear that, fireworks already. If you're having a wee swally, away and charge your glass up ready for the bells coming in. Lynn's saying, I saw you wear a beard and just shake my head. It's the longest I have ever grown, man fuzz. Just to say, it was tough, Lynn. Thank you. I have a better ISP and bandwidth now. Nice to see you popping in. I'm just going to blow my old Twitter. Oh, we have quite a few Americans in tonight. Oh, hold on. Oh, there's another one. Lioness Doberman's Corp. That's a totally new name. Hello, big man. How you doing, Lioness or Lioness? Where are you from? Zaz Dizzy is from Valleyfield. Here is, do you know where Port Glasgow is? Yes, my late mum's ex-man was brought up in Port Glasgow. Bob's going, where's my glass? Definitely Scottish. Lioness Doberman's Cork going, we're on the champagne. Happy Hogmany. We've got about 3 minutes to go. Going by my computer. Yeah, a lot of people have been going, Happy New Year. It's Hogmany. It's no New Year yet. So, yeah, charge your glasses up. I'm just going to fill mine up because we've got about 3 minutes to go. I do hope everyone has a really nice 2020. It's quite a big number, isn't it? 2020, considering I was born in 1967 or 70. It means I'm 53 this year. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to charge my glass up, ready for the bells. So I'm joined this evening by my co-host, Mr. Smirnoff. So I'm just going to pour myself a large dram. Can you hear all fireworks? I'm sure that, you know how modern digital clocks are sort of timed into the atomic clock and they're actually at the right time? These folk are just like, let's just fucking die. So I shall drown Mr. Smirnoff with a little bit of Diet Cola. I've got to use Diet Cola now because, yeah. So that is my glass charged. Now I'm going to go by the time on my PC. I don't have Big Ben, the bells or anything in the background. So as soon as it goes midnight on my PC, we'll no longer be in Hogmany. So I've got my glass charged. Wee ciggy here. I don't know if you guys can actually see the fire. I'll pull the curtains back a wee bit, see if you can see the fireworks. There's some fireworks happening over the back there. So I'm just waiting for the timer counting down. And I have a glass. Right, folks. Happy New Year. Lang may your Lumreek. All the best for 2020. Happy New Year! Yay! Slangivar. Oh, there we go. Right. What I'll do is I'll put what we call in Scotland the big light. I'll put the big light off and you might see some of the reflection of fireworks in the background. Don't know if it'll work. I'll try and not fall over. There's going to be a bit of glare in the window. Yeah, maybe put this light off or not. No, I'm just getting my reflection at the moment, but there's somebody's out in their back garden and has spent a fortune on fireworks. And they're all going bang, 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 the pop. So yeah, Happy New Year. I have to say, thank you everybody. I realised that last year I didn't do a lot. I'm hoping for to do a bit more this year. Whether you find it interesting or not, I don't know. My goodness, all of a sudden we're up to 31 viewers. This is a bit more like it. Right, James Moffat, you are bummed out because you're a fanny. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, James Moffat, up yours as well, mate. Yeah, glare off the lights. So, yeah, hi everybody, it's in. Very happy New Year. We're in 2020 now. Ooh, what a sci-fi movie is made about that. Right, so I'm just going to have a quick look through the chat. Oh, I've missed a lot. Oh, and my, I don't know. Now they tell me my computer would stop working in 2020. I can't scroll through any of the chat anymore. What is going on? Yes. Give me a second. I'm just going to refresh. I'm just going to refresh my live chat. Mind they were saying years ago that when we rolled over at the year 2000, that all your computer stuff was going to go balmy. Well, it appears at 2020 I can no longer scroll through my chat. Give me a wee second, I'm just setting this up. Linus Dobermans, are you in West Lothian? Yes, I am. Let me just click on the live chat. Back on there. Get the live chat back up. Right, so I'm just going back on the chat a bit before I went, hey, Happy New Year. So it is New Year, it is 2020, we're in the 20s now. Glasgow. Liam is in from Canada, and he goes, Canada says hi. So obviously it's not New Year in America or Canada yet. These are a few hours behind us. I think Australia and all, Australasia get it before us. And then Europe was an hour before us. So now in the UK, we're now in 2020. Fraser Green's cracking open the Magners. It's a bit of a girl's drink, mate, but yeah, whatever. Can you hear that? Somebody's out with an SA-80 or rapid fire. Can you hear any of that, guys? No? I'll take that off from the mic. Can you hear any of that fireworks? It actually reminds me of Beirut, round about the 70s. Can't really see any flashy stuff yet, but it's going big guns. One's going to glare off the lights. Yeah, you might see an odd flash here and there. Nathan Barnett's in. Good evening, Happy New Year, Nathan. Hey man, got my wine here. Jason Idaho's going school. Lynn's going, wait, it's 5:10 p.m. here. Ah, but you're kind of West Coast, aren't you? Logic's going, Happy New Year, everyone. Lioness Doberman's Corp, Happy Hogmany, we are the painters. Is that a football reference? I'm not in football. Edward Leonard's in. Hello, Happy New Year, Terry. Happy New Year, Edward. Lee's going, it's only 7 here. Bob's going, humbug. Big fancy balls. Turn the computer off, it's too bright. Yeah, then the feed will go. Sweet, I knew it. My niece called her. Funnily enough, I spent 14 years of my married life in Mid Calder, just up the road for you. So, yeah, so we're nearer than you think. Dutch is saying, I sent my wife to Persia for an archaeology dig a few years ago. She loves Edinburgh. Edinburgh's bro. Lynn's going AK-47 duck. Oh, you can hear them. Yeah, it's obviously other folk in the dole have been saving up their money for the big explosives. Sounds like Chicago out there. I'm saying Beirut was fun, but Angola was a blast. We drank in the Grove. Yes, popular watering hole for myself. I also like the Black Bull in Mid Calder. Isn't it a small world? Yeah, I was brought up in Balerno. Went to Curry High School till I was about. Well, I didn't go to high school till I was 19, but I was in Balerno till I was about 19. My stepfather was a hotelier, bar manager, ran a pub for SNN called the Honky in Balerno. Anybody know that? Yeah, you'll probably know Drew. My mum worked in Marbrow's across the road. So that's Big Katie. But I'm going back to the 70s and 80s. Then I left home and sort of stayed in various bedsits around about Edinburgh as I discovered the love of women and staying in a different place every night and waking up going, what's your name? And then I moved through to Livingston in about, I'm just trying to think, I would have been about 23. So 23 off the, about 30 years ago. I stayed in Livingston for a while. And when I got married, we moved to Mid Calder. So I spent about 14 years in Mid Calder. And then I ended up in this shithole, which is Susan Boyle's hometown of Blackburn. So there we go. So you could hear them. Yeah, the fireworks. Mac, Happy New Year, Mac. Where are you from? Describe your year and what you see ahead in the year to come. You want me to describe my shitty last year or what I see ahead in the year to come? Can you still hear? Can you hear the fireworks better? Wait a minute, I'll wait till I start up again. If I take my condom off or on. Wait a minute. Silence. As soon as I want to listen for them, silence. Slangivar. Now, for my American people, they might go, they hear us saying Slangivar. This is how it's spelled. Now, there is like a wee umlaut thing. Oh. Nah, we're just getting a few quiet ones. What's Lynn going? Oh, great, I'll have no sleep tonight. I have to be work at 7 a.m. But then you're only like 5 p.m., so you've still got a whole night's sleep, whereas I'm just getting warmed up and I've still got most of a big bag of Doritos and quite a lot of Co-op's finest garlicky and onion dip to go, so I'm brand new. So Mac, describe your year. Do you want me to describe my last year or what I would hope from my upcoming year? Lioness Dobermans, it's a Tesco now. Good man. Livingston is someplace now. I just always remember coming through from Edinburgh. It's people from East Kilbride will relate to this. It's like there's so many roundabouts that when I first came to Livingston and I wanted to go somewhere, there were 6 different ways of going there, all via different roundabouts. Now I know in East Kilbride, which is nearer the Glasgow side, the west coast in Scotland, that a lot of people, if you ask them for directions, they will tell you roundabout names. So if you ever go into East Kilbride, the first name you'll hear is, right, you go to the Whirlies, right, which is the main big roundabout. You go to the Whirlies and you take the first exit, and then you go such and such round. Livingston's very like, oh, we've got Beirut going again, see if you can hear that. I think they bought them all from Tesco's. You hear them better with or without this thing on? Yeah, it's a bit like we don't mind the old wee bit fucking bugger and stuff, but the C word's a bit, yeah, try and keep that off my feet because I didn't want YouTube coming along and hitting me with a big hammer. It's actually quite funny. My mum hated the C word. You knew she was angry if she used the C word. So yeah, try and keep the C word off. F's and B's are fine. Keep the C's off. So I'm with Paul Plastic Monkey on that. Thanks to my mods, Ice Queen and Plastic Monkey, for helping me out in the chat. It's nothing personal. It's just like, obviously, we're all adults here and we like a bit of banter and a wee bit, you bastard, and all the rest of it. But yeah, try and keep it a bit more. It's hard when you're Scottish, eh? It's like, you bastard. Try and keep it a bit more world friendly. That's the way. Right, okay. Right, so I'm just having a little sip of Mr. Smirnoff is dancing with Coke tonight. One can hear him loud and clear. Is that with or without the condom on my mic? Good tune. Actually, I've been here for 10 years, and there's a lot of really, really nice people here. But in the past couple of years, where I actually live, there's a mixture of young families and elderly people. And over the past couple of years, a few of the elderly people have passed away, which is very sad. And I would consider myself 10 years ago as an outcomer or an incomer, whatever you want to call it, somebody that's not originally from Blackburn. Whereas now I feel I'm part of Blackburn, I've been here that long. There's a few incomers come in that are undesirables, and the area around me is not as desirable as it used to be or as quiet. A lot of, shall we say, police ice cream vans running up and down the street with blue lights on. Yeah, so I'm a motorcyclist. I've had my current motorcycle for 6 years, and everybody in Blackburn knows me. Big tall bloke, rides a blue and white Suzuki GSR 750. All the young laddies come up, oh, go and get her a rev, and I'll get her a rev, and I'll do a wee burn out, and I'll sit and chat to the lads and that, and they'll go, oh, I like motocrossing and that, and engage with them. If you ignore them, you know, they're just young laddies. Up until 3 months ago, nobody had touched my bike. And then a couple of incomers came in across the street, and somebody tried to steal my bike and lots of other shit going on. So yeah, it's not quite as nice as it was, but I love going down to the bowling club on a Sunday night. Live singer on, free to get in, cheap pint, and everybody's dead friendly. I walk in myself and I go, oh, come and sit with us. You doing the bingo? I'm doing the bingo. Obviously, I'm getting older now, so bingo's a thing. Nothing wrong with bingo, by the way, especially if you win. But yeah, I like young people. I'm a mechanic to trade. I like teaching people things, which is probably why I do a YouTube channel. I might not know all the answers, but you know, if I was to bump into a young lad and you go, I've seen you on YouTube, you build models, don't you? I'll go, aye. Well, I've got a Spitfire thing and I'm not awfully sure how to do it. Now, obviously, I would go and see his mum and dad first and say, right, okay, is it okay if he comes to my man cave and I show him how to build his model and let him use my airbrush? I love passing on knowledge, but you've got to engage with people. Whether it be me pulling up my bike and go, oh, big man, go and get it, brat, brat, and all the rest of it. If you didn't engage with them, they become, I don't know, am I just waffling? Anyway, Lion was talking about Gaelic was never spoken in Lothian. We were Northumbria. Gaelic is more a sort of a northwest type of thing. Gaelic, what tomato. Yeah, Gaelic is a different kind of thing. I know nothing about Gaelic, although my mum was for Peterhead, so it was more the Doric. Who's your dues, fit like quine, loons, and all that. And a lot of folk are just tuning out, they're going, what the fuck's he on about? So it was more Doric, Aberdonian, Peterhead sort of side that my family was for. The Gaelic or the Gaelic was more West Coast, I think, and it's predominantly still West Coast and Western Isles now. Yeah, Linus, I know it's a common parlance. It's YouTube are a bit strict on some things. Lioness Doberman's is saying the young team just need direction. They need. I don't think there's an awful lot of good role models these days. A lot of people look at like footballers for role models. I don't see that as kicking a ball about as being a role model. I like a lot of the people who do things like in communities where there's a lot of poverty or whatever. I mean, I'm not impartial to a food parcel myself, I'll admit it. I've had to go down that route and I've no food in the house and I've had to go and beg for a food parcel. So I know where a lot of people are coming from. But there's not a lot for young people to do. All the community centres are shutting down. All right, you're lucky if your town's got a football park or a five-a-side park that the bairns can all go and play. I mean, in our day, when I was in Balerno, there was a big, massive field at the side of the primary school, and there would be a whole pile of us going up. And one or two of us would have a ball, whether it's a good ball or a shit ball, and you'd throw your jackets down, you play football and that. There's nothing for kids to do now. I remember a youth club we used to go down and we used to play pool and snooker, and there would be older people there, adults obviously. If you want to play darts, we'll show you how to play darts or how to play pool or place. But it was supervised, and it was a nice thing. There's fuck all like that, from what I can see. I mean, here's me as an adult trying to sort of, I can get quite lonely, I'm on my own at times. What is there for me to do? And you look at the community centre and there's fuck all, unless you want to do yoga and fucking, you know, it's a bit crap. So I would love to. I don't have the money for it, but I would love to. Just a random idea that sometimes goes through my daft head. There might be kids out there that are 9 to 12-year-old laddies or lassies that might be interested in making models, right? But their adults are either pissheads or junkies, you know, their mum and dad, and there's nobody to show them how to do it and sort of take their hand and show them how to do it. But in order to be able to set something up where to say, look, a free drop-in, I've been donated some kits, let's stick these together and paint them up and stuff like that and give them something to do, you've got to go through all the child protection and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I'd like to do something, but I don't know what I would like to do. Happy New Year. Munchkin Muddling Man, how are you doing? Happy New Year across the pond to everyone. It's not quite New Year where you are, but Happy New Year when it comes, Munchkin. Lioness Doberman's Corp. I upload too, bro. Talk to the young team daily. So are you involved with, are you a youth worker or something like that? Are you involved with young adults and stuff like that? Now, don't be scared to join in the chat. As I say, normally this channel is about me sticking bits of plastic together and making models and stuff like that, or me delving into what I call my electricity, you know, wee bits of electronics where I make things and stuff like that. But tonight it's just a Hogmany live, and it's turned into New Year. We're now in 2020 here in the UK. So welcome everybody that's come in. We've had quite steady numbers, just went up 30, 20, whatever. If you're sitting in there and you're not sure whether to type in the chat, we don't bite. I'm a very friendly bunch in here. Feel free to bring up a topic of conversation, whether it might be, you know, 1970s bikes like Rally Chopper or the Grifter, or were you more a BMX person? You know, just bring topics up, keep the chat going, and we can sit and have a wee blather. I live alone. I'm just having a wee quiet drink with a packet of tangy cheese Doritos, and from the co-op I've got some lovely garlic and onion. Actually, I need some more of that garlic and onion. So anyway, catching up with the chat. Oh, that's up my street. There is a, is it Real Radio? Freeze your arrow 5 McD, 10 ton of flash. Aye. Hello, this is Hector Brocklebank here. I'm just turning up at the back of your premises. I've got 10 ton of haddock and 5 ton of cod. Do you want it up the back? Yeah, aye. Real Radio. Fucking brilliant. Some of the wind-ups that they do on the radio. Aye, do you want it up the back? Yeah. So is Lynn away? See you later on, Lynn. I'm just going to apply some more of this dip to my face because I need sustenance. What's Lioness then? I've been to the food bank, bro. The bairns You must be on the East Coast if you're saying bearings instead of wains. Now have the world at the fingers. No excuses, personal responsibility. No shame going to food bank. We are the folk, and the red tape's brutal. I remember when I first sort of fell into the unfortunate. I've worked all my life since leaving school. I even ran my own business for 10 years. And then I came across unfortunate circumstances and ended up where I am now. When I first entered the what we'll call the benefits sort of system, I wasn't working, not through choice. I'd been laid off. And you would get a pitiful amount of it was like 40 quid a week. Off that 40 quid a week, you had to heat your house with your gas, and then you had to do your electricity, right? So you can imagine I'm going back quite a few years, right? So it's not quite as bad as what it is now, but kind of. So you got your gas and your lecky. Your rent got paid for you. Your council tax or poll tax doesn't all get paid for you. You still have to pay for your water bit of it. So even though you're getting benefit, you still have to pay to that, and you can fall into arrears and shite with that. And then they brought out the bedroom tax and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, back then, if I got into difficulty, I could apply for something called a crisis loan. Now, a crisis loan was you had to go through about a 10-hour phone conversation or hang on the phone for 10 hours for a quick chat. And you would say, right, I've no gas, I've no lecky, I've no food. I didn't get my next gyro, because it was gyro checks that were sent through the post back then, till next Tuesday. And they'll go, why have you no money left? Well, I had to pay a catalogue bill, and the wheel fell off my car, so I had to get a wheel bearing and all this sort of shit. And then some adjudicator would sit and say, yes, you can have £26 to be paid back, blah, blah, blah. So you got a crisis loan. And you were only allowed like 2 a year or something like that. There are no crisis loans now. Basically, if I'm in difficulty and I was to phone somebody up and say, right, I've no food in my house, I've no electricity or gas, they send you to a charity that will basically get you gas and electricity. And then they send you to a place called a food bank where they will give you a carrier bag full of groceries that they have got from supermarkets and various places. The government has sort of taken responsibility away from providing a service where they'll give you a loan in a crisis and you can pay it back to sort of, fuck you, mate. Anything goes tits up, you've got to rely on charities. The government's not going to help you anywhere. And I think it's absolutely shocking. Oh, the welfare fund. But you've got to jump through so many hoops for that. But yeah, anyway, I'm okay just now. I'm on the right benefits. I'm not struggling. So Lynn's away. Take care, Lynn. Love modelling and shite and painting. Okay. Lynn's going, hi Frankie, by the way, I haven't got the package yet. Ooh. Oh, the real radio wind up back in the day were good fun. Yeah. Oh, you're old as well. Yeah, I was self-employed for 10 years, so yeah. It's quite good. Yeah. A lot of zero contract things as well as all self-employed stuff. Yeah. But as I say, I'm dodging away. I was homeless for a period of time. That's a sob story. I spent my time as a mechanic. I went through various jobs, spent my time in Mercedes and then went and tried another garage. And tried another garage and Right, oh, let's try something different. So I went into heavy engineering, and then I went into aluminium die casting, and then I went in an electronics factory, then went back to mechanics, then back to something else. Always been in work, and then an opportunity came up, and I became self-employed, and I started a business. This was just when, I'm trying to think now, round about 2000, when the using mobile phones whilst driving laws were coming in. Oh, have we got the first ban of 2020? Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a university graduate or anything like that. I went to college after school, left school at 15, did a 4-year apprenticeship mechanic, did my 4-year college. I would say I'm an intelligent guy. I'm not a Mensa sort of person. I'm good with my hands. But I'm no way as intelligent as all these university type dudes. But I've got common sense, you know. But yeah, so I started up my own business, and it was installing hands-free car phone kits when all the legislation came out. And I was lucky enough to get a, well, they kind of subbed it out. Vodafone would employ companies to have a series of engineers to go out to the cars and install a hands-free car phone kit. So I'd be going out to Mercedes one day, it's worth like £60,000. And then a Ford Fiesta the next day, and then a Transit van the next day, and then a Lexus the next day. So I was working on all different kind of stuff, and I was quite good at what I did. And I thought to myself, there's all these companies like Vodafone and that charging a lot of folk money to get these things installed. I mean, you were talking back then about £150 for an install that took up to about 2 hours, sometimes 3, depending on the car. Sometimes you can do it in 40 minutes. And I thought to myself, what about the Joe Blogs that's got his Ford Fiesta or his Ford Escort and he wants to comply with the law? What if he wants to have the hands-free car phone kits and all the rest of it? And developed a website myself and an online e-commerce site and a forum. And basically, I would go out to an install and do an install and do step-by-step photos so that people who had the same car could buy the stuff off me and do the same thing again. And I was doing really good at it. I was exporting worldwide. And then in 2008, after turning over £100,000 a year before, the downturn hit with the banks. And I was reaching burnout about this point. I'd been happily married, but my website of the business had went up so high that basically I was getting up in the morning, I was answering a load of emails telling everybody what they needed. I would go out and do 2 or 3 installs on site. By that time I dropped Vodafone. And coming back at night, processing all the orders, then going to my daughter would help me, going to the post office, stand for hours putting through 30, 40 packages, and rinse and repeat day after day after day. And it got to a stage where I would actually get into the stage of wanting to employ somebody to help me take care of that side of the business while I dealt with the website and e-commerce side of it. And the banks started to stop lending. The business was quite seasonal. It was sort of, if you're going out actually doing installs to somebody's car, you can't do it when it's snowing. So you're kind of like February till maybe November at the latest, you'd be doing the install side of it. And normally during the quiet spell, my wife's wages would take us over, but I unfortunately had a bit of a nervous breakdown and my wife left me, and it just all went tits up, and I ended up losing my house and everything. And the bank wouldn't lend me any money. So I ended up homeless in 2008. And I'm still trying to get back from it now. So I have worked a couple of times since, but yeah, my mental health's all over the place. So if you follow me on my channel, you'll know that I've not got very good mental health. But yeah, so I wouldn't call myself a lazy bastard. I have worked since leaving school, but at the moment, yeah, I'm drawing off the state. So, what's Linus saying? Anyone here needs help, come see me. Why? What do you actually do? Oh, Linus is original name for login. Okay. Upload, you can come see my stuff. Let me just right click on you. Hold on a minute now. Actually, click the wee three buttons on the end. Right click, open a new tab, go to channel. Right, I've got you. Oh, you're in a band. That sounds interesting. Right, you've got a sub. I'll look at it later because obviously I'm streaming. Are you in a band? Are you musically talented? I wish I was musically talented. Right, just catching up the chat again. Dutch is saying I used to build model warships, but I think the last model warship I built would have been back when I was about maybe 9 or 10, so I'm 52 now, so be about 40 years ago. I haven't built a ship. I do like them, but some of the kits are quite expensive. Yes, is saying you might not want to sub to me. I'm a bit naughty. I like naughty people. As long as they're fun with it, I like naughty people. And as Paul says, got an open mind. Yeah, I'm not easily offended. So Lioness is saying, take me out in the pish. I've got hollow legs, but since I've got diabetes, I've got to watch what I'm doing. Right, going back on to maybe more on what the channel is orientated on. Any modelers or electricity people in? Anybody sitting with a wee party in the house? Because we're half an hour, just over half an hour into 2020. 20 people sitting there not saying a word. Type something in the chat. Anything you want to talk about. Otherwise, I may just call it quits and sit and scoff my Doritos and what's left of that lovely garlic dip. And you Ken's Blackburn. There's only Crisis Pub shut down. You've only got the Crown, the Happy Valley, the Bowling Club, and the what do you call it? The Masonic now. What's Bob saying? I like the big whats. What? What, Bob? The fireworks have died off, so other kiddie winkles are waiting their bed now. Oh, Fraser. Oh, why? Macaroni bites. Where did you get them from? I do like macaroni, but I like homemade macaroni. It's got to have a wee pinch of English mustard in it, just to get a wee, and loads of extra cheddar. None of this floury crap that you get. Macaroni bites. Did I get anything I could put in the oven? Nope. Iceland. I've not been to Iceland since I was in my 20s. I used to do all my shopping in Iceland. And everything was like frozen. Oh, was it Findus crispy pancakes? Frozen chips and all that kind of shit. Dutch is saying, a Scot who's texting in size. Who's texting in size? Me, 6'5" and still got Santa on my belly. Hey. Coleman's mustard. Yep. Jess is busy ordering pizza. Can you get one sent to me? I think all the shops are shut, but the time it gets here, I don't care if it's cold. Just send me a big fuck off pepperoni, mushroom, and extra cheese pizza. And it's got, when they ask what size it says, just say a big fuck off size. Busy ordering pizza. You're showing off now. How long till New Year where everybody else is? Right. I'm just trying to think. Jess will be about another 8 hours. I'll be in my pit by then. I'll no still be up. Scott, who's texting in size. Love to go to America. I would enjoy it very much there. Oh dear, everybody's killed all my stuff. I've got a game playing on my phone. That's how sad I am. I spend my days not speaking to anybody and playing games on my phone. I never used to play games on my phone. It was always on my PC or massively multiplayer online MMORPG games. Yeah. So I'm looking for some input for you guys in the chat. Otherwise, there's no point in me sitting on here. Because I rely on bouncing off you guys and whatever topics that you pick up along the way. Texas will be 2020 in 6 hours. Yeah, I think when Texans are going, yeehaw, Happy New Year, I'll be getting it like Sandra Bullock, Demi Moore, all that sort of stuff. Lioness is saying, I like salami, Pete. I like salami as well. I actually have some in the fridge. You wish Domino's had a big fuck-off size. You just need to say, can I order a pizza for a fat bastard, please? Frankie Days, and how you doing, Frankie? Not seen you for a while. I've been offline for a bit. Happy New Year, Terry. How you doing, Frankie? Frankie Day makes a lot of. He's a fellow modeler, but he does a lot of stuff with paper and card and that. He's really quite talented. Jace Idaho is saying, are you building any models? I have models planned to build, but I've got 8 sitting there that are covered in dust bunnies that need to get finished first. So I'm playing with my electricity. I'm trying to get back into doing the YouTubing again. So yeah, it's electricity stuff that I'm doing at the moment because it's kind of got my interest and it's getting me back to the bench. Every man should have a man cave where he sits at the bench and he either blows shit up, sticks it together, sets fire to it, or whatever he wants to do. Every man should have a man cave. Or woman, if you're, women have man caves, or they share it with the man. DayZ for the PS4. I'm not a console gamer. I like gaming on PC. PC, and I'm playing about with phone. I got myself a new tablet and that, but yeah, PC gamer. I prefer the mouse and the QWERTY rather than the. Can never get used to the sort of PS4 joystick type things. Although I would say if it's a car racing game like Colin McRae Rally, I'm all right with that on a console, driving games and that. But if it's a war game, I prefer it on the PC. Oh, Fraser's just getting it. Ken, what you could go right now? A pizza with a doner pizza. It depends where you're getting the doner meat from, because some it's like minced dog. It's not really minced lamb. You've got to watch where you get that from. Edward Leonard's going, Terry, how much weight did you lose when you shaved off that big beard? Approximately 365 grams. It was actually quite light and fluffy. It reminded me of, I've got a little beard clipper thing. It was like shearing a sheep, because when I started and just started doing it, it all came off in one big thing. So I could have reapplied it to my face with like the glue that actors in that use. So yeah, approximately 385 grams would be the answer for that one, because hair's quite light. Lions is going, happy Hogmany. Frank. Frank is saying, oh, the HK 132nd scale SCA B17. Did you get the HK? Oh, did you get that for Christmas? That's an expensive model kit. Nice to see you guys all subbing between each other. Obviously, a lot of us might have different interests and stuff. This is just kind of a random stream tonight. It's not really model making related. So, yeah, if you're a YouTuber, make yourself known, and you can all sub to each other in the chat. 1000 B17, yeah. Paul saying, just got there in time. Terry Sue was on our keyboard. Okay. Bob's going, pizza. Lioness is going, do you play Total Warhammer? No, I don't. I did play it with my brother when Warhammer first came out, before it started with all the 40k shite. All the original stuff. I'm trying to remember what it was called now, but it was a board game. You had wee walls and you shoot the dice. My brother was into it. I do like the figurines, and they're nice to paint and stuff, but I don't actually play the game. So I've got a pile of space Marines to finish painting. I've got a Razorback that I've done, but I quite like the Age of Sigmar stuff. There's a lot. I've always liked dragons, but I mean, I'm not going to pay 90 quid for a dragon that I can paint and airbrush up in all the fancy colours because it's just too expensive. But they've got some beautiful kits. So excuse me, from a model making aspect, I love all the Age of Sigmar and the dragons and stuff, but I can't afford any of it, and I don't actually play the game. What's she saying? Bob cake. Roly-poly bob cake. All right, so we're into cake now. Dawn of War, Terry. Heard of it, don't play it. Nope. You like to paint gobos. I take it this is wee beasties. Jay Idaho. Thanks, Terry, for a great show. Hope you and everyone has a happy new year. See you later. Take care of yourself, Jay Idaho, and hopefully I'll be doing a few more videos and streams throughout the year. Thinking of going back to a Saturday Night Live, but I'm not sure because this StreamYard thing, you got to pay for it and that. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Fraser Sheen, Terry, question. If I got a 40k box set that came with 2 forces, would you be fine with splitting? What sort of forces? What, you mean like you buy a kit and you give me half a kit and I've got to paint half a kit and you paint half a kit? I'd give it a go. But obviously I need to get my mojo back up to actually, because I've still got to finish my Space Marines. But yeah, I love painting the things. I just don't quite have the mojo at the moment. But yeah, if you want to get a kit and you want me to paint half it and then give it back, then aye. Bob likes goblins or goblins. I'm not quite sure if he's on about goblins or wee beastie goblins. Dutch is saying, I would build model warships and then blow them up for much sea battles. Funny you should mention that. When I first started modelling when I was a young lad, I would build something like a Spitfire, and before I sealed it up, I would get a big wad of cotton wool and place it inside the fuselage. And then I would get a little syringe and put methylated spirits in it. Then I would open my bedroom window, because we were up on the second floor, light it and go, ah, and watch it burn and thing at the ground. But you would build the model warships and then blow them up for mock sea battles. There's actually people who have motorized radio-controlled warships and stuff that they can press a button, a solenoid valve opens and the boat sinks. You ever? I don't know if you got that in America, but certainly down in England, there's little lakes and they have all the ships going out and they've got all the mock gunfire and all that. And then one of them will go bloop, 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 and they're just pressing a wee button. Little green dudes with big gobs. Gordon Hamilton's in. How you doing, Gordon, sir? Albert, happy New Year. All the best, long may your lumreek. I need another one of these. I need more sustenance. I need a burrito and garlic and stuff. Sure, Alba, somebody that does the garlic. Eh? What you think, Gordon? Would you do yourself? Apparently, we're a bad influence on Sue. Dutch is saying we've got the radio control warships that shoot BBs at each other. And this is saying, I got some conquest stuff, not a lot, but Space Marines. I'll give it out for fuck all. Yeah, there's a series of magazines or something that you could get. I know Fox was one of his patrons offered to buy him the full series, and he's doing a whole YouTube thing on all what you get with the different magazines and painting them up. He's going to be there for years painting that lot. That's just saying the warships sink and very expensive. There are people who actually scratch build all this stuff, the whole RC fanatics that are really clever. I haven't watched. Gordon's referring to years ago in Scottish television. It was all very sort of Edinburgh and Glasgow focused, even on the BBC. And you get to see all the bands that were on. I mean, Princess Street Gardens, I've no idea who's on this year, but they would have live bands on. I mean, when I was younger, I would try and sneak in over the wall and all that to get closer. Nowadays, it's very tame. There's no Scotch and Rye. There's no Scottish comedy programmes building up to New Year. And it's all a bit shit. So, yeah, it's kind of like as soon as it hits midnight, who cares what's happening in Edinburgh and Glasgow? BBC's on it. Oh, live at London, we have Joe McShugall and his fanny band. And it is, as Gordon's saying, it's like a media blackout in Scotland's New Year celebrations. I'm not going to tell you what my preference is, but I'm an Indy F2 biker, but there we go. Independence from who? From the Sassenachs. I love English people, but I think we should govern ourselves. That's a whole totally different subject. And even the English people, people Carlisle, Yorkshire, Newcastle, the northern, what we call the Northern Territories. England seems so focused on what's happening in London. And London has millions of people living there. It's almost like a micro country in itself. They're so concerned with what's happening in London that even the English government are out of touch with the people in England. I just think that regardless of finances, that we should have the right to decide what's happening in our country. That's my preference. Gordon's saying, seriously, there's no Edinburgh New Year celebrations I can find on telly. As I say, after midnight, it cuts out. I think in the BBC, you'll get, oh, we're live here, and it's a Judy McShugall band, and they'll do a hoo, and then midnight, fuck all. Dutch is going Billy Connolly. I love Billy Connolly. It's a shame he's got Parkinson's now, but I love him. Linus, I'm not going to get into that one. I can see what you've read, and I find it funny, but no, not on my channel. Bob's going slag break. Yeah, a slag, Bob. Gordon, English family, no problem. My problem is with Westminster. It's outdated and a pile of shite. Right, Linus. Yeah, I have no interest in Protestant, Catholic, or whatever. I have no interest in religion. I take people as I find them, so we're not going into that one. Yeah, let's get off politics. Let's get on to things like Sally James on Tiswas sub 70s and 80s and Susie Quattro and, interesting people like that have got boobs. Did I just say that out loud? Sorry, I need another Dorito. So for anybody that's just randomly come across the channel, this is a live eating Doritos with garlic and onion chives feed. No, it's not. Normally it's model making related, but it is now 2020. We are in a new year. So has any of you guys, I asked it earlier and nobody said much, anybody made any resolutions, or do you make resolutions just to break them? Ever done any work with resin? Yes, I have. It's nice to work with. It's easy to sand. Don't breathe it in, but it's a pain in the arse to glue together. Gordon saying, excuse me, I need a drink of Mr. Smirnoff. Gordon's actually come up with a really nice comment there. A nice one to bring us into 2020. He's saying, Smoot, Happy New Year, brother. May this year be better than the last for us all. Can't be any worse, mate. Happy New Year, everyone. No matter where you are. Later, people. See you, Alba. Take care, Gordon. Thanks for popping in. And yeah, hope everybody's year this year's a bit better than last year, because how shite can it go? Honestly saying, boobs will bring us together, or a close cut C-cut bra when you've got double D's. Did I go too far again? Okay. Dutch is saying, my resolution every year is not to make one, and not to quit smoking or the rum. Is it dark rum you like? I like a dark rum. Actually, it's 20 quid for a bottle of dark rum now, and I thought, my mum used to always get me a half bottle of dark rum at New Year. I thought, any half bottles of dark rum, OVD? Nah. So I've no dark rum this year. That's a bit shite. Holly Willa Booby. Yes, I do like Holly Willa Booby. Lance is saying, more meat. More milk. And more lifting is my goal for 2020. So are you, I was going, happy Hogmany Gogs. Are you a weightlifter? I'd like to get fit again. Last time I was fit, I was 25, so we're 27 years ago. Yeah. I need to get fitter this year. I need to lose a little bit of weight. I also need to get myself a woman. Whether I need to drag her screaming by the hair through the woodland with a spade, I don't know. But I think I should get myself a woman of some description. Dutch is saying, I kick it with Captain Morgan 100 proof. Now, I've tried Morgan spiced. I've not seen the 100 proof stuff. I can remember when I was learning my apprenticeship, going back to probably about 1986 or whatever. I just turned 18. My journeyman, the mechanic that was training me, it was a Friday. It was like, right, I'm my way off on my holidays to Spain tomorrow. Happy New Year, rat bag. Love you. Right, okay. I just got a message on my phone and I've no idea who it's from. Yeah, so my journeyman was flying out to Spain. It would probably be around about September time. So we got to Friday at the end of the week. He went, Terry, you want to go for a pint? So we all piled up to the pub on the Friday, you know, after finishing work. A couple of beers. We went to play a bit of laugh. So you fancy going down the tune, as in Edinburgh. So we went to, anybody from Edinburgh will know a place called the Hairy Triangle. But before we got to the Hairy Triangle, where all the pole dancers are now, there was a little pub on the way as we were walking along. And she says, oh, you want to go in here for a quick one? Just to, you know, I need the toilet anyway. So we went in. And she says, what are you having? I says, oh, we a dark rum and coke. What I didn't realise at the time was, it was what we call a quarter gill pub. Now, anybody in Scotland might remember quarter gills. None of this wee 6 gills like you get in England or 5th gills. It's a measurement of spirit. It was quarter gills. It's almost like a double. What you would get is a double. But the rum that she gave me a quarter gill of was Pusser's 100% Navy rum. I had a couple of them and I was 3 sheets to the wind. That was after a few beers. And then we went into what we call the Hairy Triangle, which is, if you're ever in Edinburgh, it's at the top end of the Grass Market. It used to be what they used to call go-go bars, right? So guys finish the work, go into the go-go bars, and I was like, get your tits out, no, that kind of stuff. Now it's all pole dancing and lap dancing. I went there for my brother's birthday. It's fantastic. £10 for a naked lady to rub herself all over you for 3 minutes is fantastic. If you haven't tried it, do try it. But yeah, all right, it's some people might say it's demeaning to women. If they want to do it, I'm quite happy to accept. Can you imagine walking up to somebody that you really like the look of in a shopping centre and handing a tenner and say, go and get your kit off and rub yourself all over me? Yeah, maybe better get off that subject, but yeah. But that's the kind of things we used to do when I was a young lad. Not so much now as an older gentleman. Although I would like to do it as an older gentleman, but I can't afford. You know, if I was paying £10 for 3 minutes, although you can pay £100 for an hour, apparently, but I don't know what that includes, and I didn't have £100 to try it and ask. It was a very reputable club. Well, Paul, you're saying you don't think the wife would let you, but the thing is, you're not allowed to touch them. They might be up dancing on their wee pole for a wee thing, or you go away to your wee booth. You're not allowed to touch them. They do their wee dance in front of you. Some of them are more intimate than others. All you're doing is looking at it. Sue needs to let you out more. Casey Lou saying my hubby said that. Is Casey Lou a female? Sorry about that. I'm not a male chauvinist or anything, but I do like the female form, and I have a bit of a joke about it and stuff. I like boobs. And as Lioness says, lassies need a wage to feed the bairns. Myself and my brother actually stood chatting to a lot of them at the bar for ages. It's like, oh, how you doing? Blah, 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 for Glasgow, I've got a wee bairn and all that. And, you know, just chatting away. And somebody could walk up with a token for the bar and say, right, can I have a 3-minute dance, please? And go, aye, fine. And get other bits, you can go, blah, 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 and they come back and start chatting again. It's a bit weird. You've got to be quite body confident to do that, I think. But there you go. Sue's going, that don't matter. He ain't going. Okay. Dutch is going, that's like putting booze in front of a reformed alcoholic just out of reach. Yeah. 2020, right? That's to all ladies out there, especially if you have biker friends. Show them your boobs. Show a total stranger your boobs. But make sure, if it's a biker, that you have come to a complete halt before doing so, because a lot of people will fall off their bikes. But I do think that more ladies should show strange men their boobs just for a laugh and go, waha. But mind you, I think there's a law against that, isn't there? Yeah. I don't think many men would complain, actually. Oh, 101. Hello, yes, what for you? Yeah, can I have the police, please? What is it? This beautiful young lady walked past me and flashed her tits at me. Could I have her arrested, please? Not going to happen. Yeah. And as Casey Lou says, you can't say, I'm not the most politically correct person out there, but I'm not a racist. But I do think that some things can be said in fun, and they should be taken in the fun that they were meant. Oh, this is it's a bit like Caniston on a yeasty day. 1 o'clock in the morning. We're an hour into 2020. Has anything untoward happened in the world yet? Because you're all from different places. Have the Russians invaded Tesco's? I don't know what that rub stuff is that you're on about, mate. Is that something that you use on Sue? Exactly. Yeah, freedom of speech, that within limits, as long as you're not offending people. I try not to offend people. John Reeves has come up with a good one. If you're ever bored, there's a good comedian, an American comedian, does a musical version of Titties and Beer and the Man Song and all that sort of thing. So if you're ever bored on YouTube, type in Titties and Beer and all that and the Man Song. And it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of tongue in cheek. A lot of people take stuff too seriously. What am I eating? I am eating tangy cheese Doritos and co-op garlic and onion dip. It's absolutely, it's quite Moorish actually. But that actually looks like, you know, like that hairy triangle's just got a bit of thrush and somebody's put cream in it. Doritos and dip, yeah. 100% not PC. I'm an equal opportunity offender. I would never knowingly or deliberately offend anybody. It's like you're not even allowed to tell, like, when I was at school, it was like Englishman, Irishman, and Scotsman jokes. Scottish folk would make fun of the Irish. The Irish would change it so they'd take the fun out of the English. The English would change it so they'd take the fun out of the Scottish. Now that's not politically correct because you're being. It's like ginger people, or as we call them in Scotland, gengers. If you make a joke against somebody who's red-headed or a ginger, it's almost like racist. It's like, oh, get a crap. Pringles need thicker cans. I'm still going to try and experiment with the speaker in the Pringles can to make it into a bass tube. You used to actually, I think you could send away. You saved up your Pringles tubes, and you could get a wee speaker unit that you would plug into the bottom of your can and be like, Pringles. Bob's giving it slippery fish juice. What are you drinking now, Bob? Or have you fell into your fish supper? Lioness is saying, equally hate everyone myself. Yeah. Fraser, I'm a skeleton and I can't fit my hand in it that far. I just paused for reflection there. Okay. Gingers is an anagram. Right, go and tell me what it's an anagram of. We'll try and work it out. Gingers. Nah, you'll need to tell me. Oh, Pringles cans, Fraser. You haven't a wee drink tonight, Fraser. You are old enough now. You're allowed to have a wee sherry shandy. John's going man cheeses. Nothing wrong with a bit of man cheese. Yeah. Magners. You get to say a man's drink though, mate. I tried Magners, it was a bit weak. Mind you, I did go through a period of drinking. You mind that diamond white stuff? Used to be able to get a 3 litre bottle of it for about £3. Now it's like £8. Folks stopped buying it. Cheesy puffs. What's it's a better? I like the baked, not fried now. I like those. Dutch is going fart. Just remember, if there's any brown stuff in it, it's a shart. Used to be a Stella guy. See, that's that crap French beer, isn't it? I can't tell you, they'll shut me down. Gingers. I'm just trying to think of what an anagram of gingers is. Bob's going, just wipe it on the curtain. I used to do that in the past, but you know, if you visit there frequently, you end up with quite a lot of people with stained curtains. What's Linus saying? Okay, bro, you're poorless right now. Right, somebody's enjoying the humour. As I say, keep the chat going. We'll have a laugh, a giggle. No insulting anybody or any races or religion or anything like that. Just a good old-fashioned giggle and a bit of a laugh for New Year. Dutch is going, I'm older than you. I got this. I've heard that before. Yeah. I do recommend tangy cheese Doritos with Caniston, the thrush cream. All right, now. Casey Lou's going, what's that 9% lager in the gold can? That's Carlsberg Special. Going back to when I was a young lad, my dad died at 11, so it's just my mum bringing up 2 boys. So she'd go out a drink with the babysitter. Not much money. So, a bit like what we maybe did when we were younger. Going to go to this nightclub, it's going to cost me £5 to get in. And it's like £2 a pint. We'll have a wee swally before we go. So my ma used to drink the Carlsberg Special. So she'd have 2 cans of Carlsberg Special. Now this is 9%. Carlsberg Special brew, 9%. If you pour it out the can, it looks like fucking treacle. Here's me, 10-year-old. Right, I'm going out with Deirdre. I've no finished all my can. Do you want the rest of it? Oh, dear, fucking Carlsberg Special, man. Oh, Christ, it is. It's like drinking syrup through a sweaty sock. That's the only. Another one, when I worked in Peter Dominic's when I was a bit older, went for Carlsberg on Tenant Super Ladder, I think. And then we were MD 2020 and I can't remember. There was phases. It was Carlsberg Special, Tenant Super, MD 2020, and then everybody went on to the Buckfast, wasn't it? Buckfast and now it's Jaeger bombs and shit like that. I made your new year. What did I say? Cheetos are the best. Nah, Wotsits are better. Dutch. Oh. My Northern Irish friend John is in the chat and I always take the mick out of him and go, here's for the situation and all that. And he goes, fuck off, you Welsh bastard. There's a classic one that Dutch has said, 33 and a third. Yes, 33 and a third. That's a typical Irish. Yes, aye, 33 and a third. He's got to tell me now if you finished the RZ now. Gentlemen, cheers. Yes, we'll do the gentlemen and ladies. Cheers. Yes, it is a new year. Schlan Jivar. Where was that? Bob's giving it exterminate. Yeah. Knickers lifter, Bucky. Aye, the Bucker. Oh, actually, you're talking about Buck. You must be younger than me. If you're saying Bucky's, when I was younger, it was Bacardi Breezers were known as leg openers. Do you mind them? Oh, she's in the Bacardi Breezers. She'll be easier later on. Bacardi Breezers are leg openers. Ripper. Mad Dog 2020, that's the stuff. Got a stomach ulcer, so I can't drink, intravenously. I can also say I've never tried Bucky, but I've tried all the sherries and stuff. I was lucky enough when I worked in Peter Dominic's. Excuse me a second. After I got my arm injured and that, when I used to work in the doors as a bouncer on Lothian Road in my late teens, until I could get back into the trade, I started working for Peter Dominic's and they let us try all the different wines and the sherries and all that sort of stuff. So obviously if a customer came in and says, I'm looking for a wine that's quite dry or blah, 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 I've got a dinner party, you'd actually tasted it so you could recommend something. I tried everything, but I've never tasted Bucky. Never tasted it. But as everybody knows, it comes out the cold taps in Glasgow. Or as us Edinburgh folk or East Coasters would call it, in Ouija land. All right, stop throwing cushions at me. John's going, no, it's mine, you Welsh gets. You're 48, you're just a pup. Baby sham. Oh, you used to mix that with some... no, it wasn't a cider and baby sham. You used to mix something with baby sham. It was... Oh, what the hell was it? Can't mind now. Because I used to work behind the bar, I know. Something in baby sham. Can't mind now. Rhubarb and ginger gin. See, I don't like gin. It's just a slowberry taste. I like sloe gin. Sloe gin's nice. I've tried that. That's really good. Casey Lou used to be a red coat. I would fancy doing that, but I don't think I've got the talent. Certainly not in the dancing front. Tell us more about your red coat days. That sounds quite interesting, actually. Used to drink 20 years ago when I was a red coat. Round here, Bucky was called Wreck the Hoose Juice. Until Scotland brought in the minimum pricing on alcohol thing, Bucky used to be, actually, going totally off the drink thing. Before I moved out to Livingston in I was trying to think, if I was 23, late 80s, early 90s, my first impression of Livingston, I was driving with my car to see where my new council house would be when I got accepted to come through to Livingston. And I passed a bus stop, and there was a youth in the bus stop with a crisp bag over his nose, flaked out because he'd been sniffing glue. Can you remember when sniffing glue was a thing? I'm going to hide that one because, yeah, we're getting into politics here. So before all the Bucky and that happened, it used to be the folk would take like Yoo-hoo and stuff and put in the crisp packets and strange. Bucky's not too bad if it's cold. Never tried it. Never had a fancy for it. Oh, there's an interesting thing. Casey Lou's on about snakebite. I used to drink snakebite a lot. Or when I was in my clubbing days, I used to got a Pink Panther. So it was cider, lager, and blackcurrant. And if you did like 70 shilling or beer, cider, and blackcurrant, that was a pint of diesel. They're not legally allowed to sell you snakebite now. I don't know why, but I can't mind it. I'd not been out for a while. Went out for a pint with my brother. Went to the pub and says, "A pint of snakebite, please. Can you serve it?" And I went, "Why? It's not like to serve it." I says, "Well, can I have a pint of lager and a half pint of cider?" Aye. Right. Drinks half a pint of lager, pours a cider in. That's fine. But can you sell me a pint of snakebite? Didn't understand it. Lee says, "I remember being a teen, and my mum said to me, if she ever caught me drinking buckets, she'd do me in. You're still here, obviously, Lee, so did she never catch you?" Clue. Craig's Hill Punks. Actually, it was in Dean's. It was at Carmen Dean. I saw my first glue sniffer. I'd never seen it before. I'd heard about it on the news, that it was a craze that was happening. But I never seen my first one until I got to Livingston, which was quite weird. This stuff's Moorish as hell. I actually lived in Crazy Hill for a while. Pub up there's no bad. Is it the Stirrup Stein? Good wee pub. Many of our memories of ending up in strange women's places. I'm trying to mind where Fraser is. He's Falkirk or something like that. One of my teachers said when she arrived in my town, she saw a pair of high-vis green knickers laying on the road in the high street. High-vis green knickers? That must have been the lollipop ladies. Lager and cider mixed together with a dash of blackcurrant. No wonder now I'm older, I got an ulcer. I got a craze of, I was trying liqueurs in it, because I'd been in Peter Dominic's and tried all different stuff. So it was vodka, blue balls, and lemonade, and they called it a Blue Lagoon. Back then, drink was cheap. So used to go to a pub at the East End of Edinburgh, Haymarket End, before I headed up Lothian Road. So I ordered a Blue Lagoon. At the time, I was all trendy. I had the white t-shirt on, I had the white skin-tight canvas jeans on and that. And the guy handed me the Slim Jim with a Blue Lagoon in it. As you can imagine, it's blue Caraco. It's got a blue colour in it. The glass was wet. He hands me it, it slips through my fingers, it bounces off the back and covers me all in blue. But when it dried out, it looked white until I hit the UV lights in the club and you could see all the, fuck it, I was pissed anyway. Do you have plastic straws? We're not allowed plastic straws now. McDonald's are one of those paper ones, and you know, if you're sitting for a while, they're not the same. Paul Beth, punks, Craig's Hill, punks. See, I'm more Edinburgh side. I get what you're on about because I used to do DJing and karaoke when I was younger, and used to go up Paul Beth and stuff like that. It was all Curry v Balerno, and then Curry and Balerno versus Juniper Green, and Curry, Balerno and Juniper Green versus Wester Hales. Yeah, I remember those days, 80s, yeah. Bob's going, blowing eggs. Lee says, I'm still here and wiser to the stomach effects of Buckfast. Fraser's Denny, aye. Good man, you mad shagger. And you're a real punk back in the 80s who used to sniff glue. Yeah, Blue Lagoons. You've been drinking whiskey this year. Was that this year or last year? Fuck, I've not had a shite since last year. My bowels must be blocked up. I've not even had a wash since last year. Dirty bastard. All the usual jokes, yeah. You had a sniff once, turned your tongue green. Was that of your man cheese, Bob? Jack Daniels, got drunk on that once. Not a good idea on a live stream. Made in Buckfast Abbey by real monks. Yeah, likely story. I'm surprised it's so busy in here. I probably expect that most of the people that are actually in this live stream are not model makers. I'm sitting at 1:20 on a new year with about 25 folks sitting watching. None of my pals have joined me. Have you noticed that? They're all, fuck that, I'm leaving it. Leaving them to it myself. Sitting having a good laugh in that, but there's a lot of names coming in here that I've never seen on my channel before, and I'm like, they don't build models, they're just on here to shoot the breeze. Oh, my drink is almost finished. I must replenish it with more vodka. Right, here's an interesting one. John, what are you on about? I'm a model maker. Swallow and drink it because thou holy monks maketh thou wine. Just an interesting thing for myself. If you are employed, what profession are you in? Are you a mechanic, a plumber, an electrician, an accountant, or whatever? Just interested to see what sort of, although you might have a hobby of model making or have just come across this channel, what is your trade or what was your profession before you got into model making? Just to see what sort of mix of people we've got in here. White Lightning, yeah, I remember that stuff. Bob's off for a wank. Okay, Bob, enjoy your wank, mate. Mine and no wipe out on the curtains. Right, so Lioness, a landscape fencer, so manual worker, used to working outside with his hands. Fraser, oh, I mind you saying that, delivering medical furniture before that carpet fitting. So again, manual, working with your hands. Dutch inside sales. Ooh. Nah, keep it a wee bit clean, please, Lioness. It's only because YouTube will jump down on me. I ken you're just having a laugh. Inside sales. Inside what? Were you inside like a small orb and you were selling like smaller orbs to the orb people? Ice cream's going, I love you, Bob. Wife is like Corden. Don't get that. Don't get too wet, Bob. That's just been a cordon bleu chef and historian. That's interesting. So chef and historian. Okay. You still do a bit of cooking in that? Or yeah. I suppose you get bored of it if you're doing it for a living. Historian, any particular genre in history? Edwardson, a tool and die maker in CNC. So you're into the engineering side. I'm semi-skilled. I can use a lathe and a Bridgeport and stuff, but I've not done any CNC. But I love all that stuff. If if I had like £1 million and a big man cave, I would learn to use a CNC machine because I like making stuff. So I get where you're. I'm with you, Edward, on your making stuff, tool and die maker and stuff. I love that. Oh, Lee was tool maintenance and offshore oil rig. Again, somebody that's, that's quite dangerous, actually, a lot of that. Working with your hands. But I suppose in that industry, it's a lot of heavy equipment and a lot of safety as well. You're using some of these big clamps that go in and wrap around a pipe and you get your finger in the wrong place, it's bye-bye finger. Oh, your wife is a cordon bleu chef and a historian. Cool. Linus, no problem. I'm open to lots of banter in the pub, but on my YouTube channel, I've got to kind of tame it, a wee bit, just so that they don't hit me with any strikes or anything. But yeah, just keep it to light-hearted banter and don't go too off the rails and just have a good laugh. Yeah, free speech and stuff, but I've got to remember it's a channel that I didn't make any money off it, but I enjoy my hobby and I like sharing it with folk. And if somebody was to say something, I didn't clamp down on it, and YouTube went, "You're not allowed to broadcast anymore," I've fucked it up. So, you know what I mean. But I like a good laugh, and I'm quite open-minded. I've just got to watch what I'm up to. John Reeves, are you in aerospace, John? I've never really thought of asking you what you're up. So he's in Ireland, and he's like, "Look, I'm going to take this mint arrow and I'm going to throw it into space. I'm into aerospace. There you go. Bigger or no?" He's got to kill me, Welsh prick. Oh, here's a nice one. Dutch is saying he provides educational materials for special education kids. So what sort of stuff do you do, Dutch? That's a very noteworthy job. Being married to a chef is like being married to the cobbler. The cobbler's kids have no shoes. It's a bit like being a mechanic. You fix everybody else's car, but you run about in a pile of shit. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Ex-army, Linus. You were a full tank crewman, chieftain and challenger, Scots. Former ex-serviceman. Thanks as always for your service. I was in the services, but didn't get into the branch that I wanted to. So I've only basically done my basics. So I wouldn't call myself a vet, although I've got an army number. So yeah, big thumbs up to anybody that's in the services or has signed their name up for to give up their life for Queen and Country, basically. So yeah, big thumbs up there. Thanks. Oh, lovely, chieftain and challenger. So if you've done the chieftain and challenger class tanks, are you not into models and maybe want to replicate like a chieftain or challenger class in a certain genre? Because there's I'm trying to remember the guy's name now. I'm terrible. Black Rifle Model Works, is it Luke? He did quite a few tours in Afghan, and he's a paramedic. So I think he was in the Army Medical Corps, and he does a lot of dials with all the military medical vehicles and stuff like that. And he's really bloody good at it because he remembers what the vehicles look like because he used them. Well, chat's picking up a little bit. Just give me a wee second. I do need to go for a pee shortly, so just bear with me when I do have to disappear. Casey Lou, not long got out of the out of Low Newton and got inches of Rose West, but now they've moved her because of anything. So were you right, a woman's prison? So were you a prison officer? So you're into security? Probably ex-forces as well then. Where's my beard? Hi, Roderick. I decided that waking up in the morning, because once you get to a certain age, you drool, that one side of your face being soaking wet and the other side being dry was a bit annoying. Dutch says his wife specialises in medieval Scottish history. She'll probably know a damn sight more than me. Math and reading. It's maths. Maths. Americanisms. Math. It's maths and arithmetic. Like I said, in Sweet Dutch, my family was Norman. We mentioned in the Rags Mandrels. Okay. Scottish history, very interesting. I am Manny Hay Hunter, you are my wife. Freedom! Get off my land. I think it's basically Scottish medieval history. Dutch is saying he was kicked out of the Navy for sleepwalking. So I take it you were on a ship and not a submarine then. World War II stuff. Italian and Franco. And Casey says I was a prisoner. Right. I need to go for a quick bathroom break. So when I come back, I'm expecting either everybody's disappeared or a lot of questions or topics to talk about. Because I've been on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. We're into 2020. And either chat amongst yourselves or put questions up and stuff. And I will be back in approximately however long it takes to pull my willy out and pee in the pan. See you in a minute. I'm back. Everybody's they're still here. Sings Crivens and help my Bob. Right, I'm just going to check something. I shall be 2 seconds, ladies and gentle peeps. Amazing what you can do with computers these days. Right, click on that. Oh, we're getting some questions and stuff coming up. Brilliant. Right, I need to refresh myself some off. Apologies for the slightly longer than normal delay. The time I unwrap my willy from my waist because it's that big. Aye. Yeah. I don't know if it's an age thing. Used to be when I was younger, I could drink 3 or 4 pints and have absolutely no problem, no need to go to the bathroom. Nowadays, if I was having 3 pints and then I go to the toilet, after that, it's every half a pint I'm going to the toilet. I don't know if it's an age thing. What? Right, okay. I was a prisoner. Dutch was kicked out in boot camp. Behind this, my pals are ex-submariners. One who wants to teach history is usually a sports coach. Oh, so they double up in America, do they? Oh, interesting. Very hard to find a history teaching position in Texas as a history teacher. Well, then you've got to remember that American history is only a couple of 100 years old. So, yeah, but is there more to it than that? Casey Lou, I'm off to call Jupiter. Happy New Year to all you wonderful people. Thanks for popping in. Nice to see you in. Dutch, everything come out okay. Yeah, my prostrate's fine. Prayer says, all my exes live in Texas. Well, ex, but I had to quote the song. Lost me. Roderick says, what models are you going to do in 2020? I hope to finish off some of the stuff that I've started and try and incorporate some LED stuff into. I've got a Porsche there that I want to build, but I've got lots of stuff that I've started and not finished. So just get the dust bunnies off them and get back into it. Lee's going in Scotland and just have specific PE teachers, doesn't also teach history. Yeah, they don't tend to cross across. Wants to build a goblin army and maybe some Nurgles. That sounds like Warhammer. Sigmar sounds cool, especially if it's dragons. John's off by all. Oh, catch you later, John. I think that's sweet me more to spits and beer. You might make me piss like a racehorse. At least that's the excuse I use. Yeah. If only you were hung like one. Yeah. Does anybody know what happens when one plays an American country music album backwards? Yeah. Dolly Parton comes and hits you on the face with her boobies. But yeah, at the moment, Roderick, I've probably spent about 11 months away from the bench and haven't really been doing any YouTubing at all. And then through some help that I've been getting from various medical professionals to do with my mood and my depression and stuff, I have decided to give it a go again. But my interest at the moment is electrical gadgets and making things light up, stuff like that. So that's got me back at the bench, but I want to get back into model making. Let's go and get your dog back. Yeah, all the country mentions like, woke up this morning and my dog had died. Shot my mother because she fried my eggs wrong. Yeah. Johnny Cash. Oh God, you're going back a bit now. My mum used to like Mamas and the Papas. Tammy Wynette. Kenny Rogers. A Sunday afternoon was my mum playing country and western, and we had a thing called a radiogram. Don't know if any of you are old enough to remember that. It was a Grundig model from Germany. It was a radiogram. It was basically like a big sideboard with two speakers in it, big radio in the front. You pulled the front panel down and you had all your 33s and 45s inside the cupboard. And then the record player, we just used to stack them all up. So it was all country and western until the cricket came on. My dad said, turn that shite off. And then he'd put his Elvis on. So yeah. Quite a varied taste in music. Growing up, I didn't really like what I call heavy rock or heavy metal, but I've got more of an appreciation for it now. At least, aye, the wireless, that's right. At least it was not a boy called named Sue. I was drunk the day my mum got out of prison. I went to pick her up in the rain. Yeah, that's a typical. Oh dear. Yeah, you get some stick for your country and western stuff because all things about like my dog's died, my woman ran off the chiropractor and all that sort of thing. Oh, I just jizzed on my hand. Deep purple. Things like smoking the water and all that sort of thing. Didn't like it when I was younger, but I've kind of grown an appreciation to it as I got older. More different. Don't I like that grunge stuff? Is it grunge or death metal? They just get up and really heavy guitar and go like. They like that shit. That's a load of crap. But Deep Purple and that, yeah. Quite like Guns N' Roses, but that's kind of call that more American rock than heavy rock. You can tell that I've had a few drinks now. I'm really getting into my munchies. I've got another dip. I've got a cheese and chive one. At least it isn't the blues. My dog's dead, my woman left me. There's actually a female artist. She was on The Voice briefly. She does a lot of jazz and blues. And yeah, it's a bit of an acquired taste. Before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got run over by a damn old train. Yeah, that's a typical country message. Dire Straits. We're talking about 1983, 1984. Doing my apprenticeship in the garage. Radio 1, it was all Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. Bruce Springsteen. All that sort of stuff. Yeah. Born in the USA. All that kind of stuff was on when I was doing my. It's quite funny that music can quite often relate to certain periods in your life. You'll hear a tune and you'll know exactly where you were when that tune was out. Anybody else get that? Yeah, through my sort of mechanical apprenticeship from about 83, 87. It's all Dire Straits, Bruce Springsteen, all that sort of stuff. The Commitments, yeah, Mustang Sally and all that, yeah. Yeah, I like all that. When it got to my clubbing days, I'm not on about going out onto, like taking a trip up to Eskimo land and hitting seals in the head with a big club. Not that kind of clubbing. When I actually started going to nightclubs, or as we used to call them when I was younger, discotheques, when I discovered girls and yeah. The sort of stuff that was just coming out back then, and the gay scene was just coming out. There used to be clubs. Gay folk had the best music, and it was white label records that were all imports. It was all like Divine, You Think You're a Man, and all that sort of stuff. But there was a lot of white label stuff coming out. A lot of high energy, Northern Soul, all that sort of stuff was all. No, see, drugs wasn't a thing when I was at this. Well, a few folks smoked wacky backy, but see, you're going more into the rave scene when they were into the Eckies. I was before that. It was like you would go out for a few pints, meet a lassie, and you would do the whole Northern Soul thing, high energy. Christ, things like Sunita and Toy Boy and all that kind of shit was out back then. But I like a lot of Motown and stuff like that. But But then at high school, it was all Madness, Bad Manners, the Specials, the Who, stuff like that. So it's, yeah, house music, yeah, kind of disco, house music, House Nation. That was all a big thing. The whole sort of drug-related stuff in that was after I'd finished with that kind of scene, where folk were having raves and taking eckies and all that. I've never been into that. The Doors, I like the Doors, but again, it's another like the heavy rock thing. I wasn't into them when I was younger, but I can appreciate the Doors now. Sisters of Mercy, Death to Disco on the eckies now. Larry Levan. Flock of Seagulls, that's another one. My brother was right into Depeche Mode. Enjoy the silence. Quite a varied taste in music. I like things like, it's a weird tune, and most folk will look at me and go, what? And my brother says I used to do the turkey dance to it, which was basically known as shuffling. Sylvester, Do You Want to Funk? I would fucking bust some moves on the dance floor to that. Loved it. I loved the high 120 beats per minute, Paul's off, got to hit the sack, Terry. Got to be up in the morning. Catch you soon. Thanks for modding. Look after yourself. Same to you, Sue, Ice Queen. Say a wee thank you to our mods that have kept with us as long as they could. So yeah, Happy New Year to you too. And a big special thanks to Sue. I know you were doing it with Grant, looking after Smooth's Cave whilst I was kind of absent last year. Hopefully this year I'll be a bit more involved. So thank you very much. Edward Leonard saying, I was born in Jersey, so it was all Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi. Oh, Christ, that's when I started doing, I wasn't very good at it. I used to do mobile DJ for a guy, and it was all, there was Bon Jovi in Europe, and it was like Living on a Prayer and all that came out. I would have been about 19 when all that came out. But I mean, like, so when I was in a disco, there was actually a tune called High Energy, and it was just sort of high energy, and then it would go, heavy bass beat would come in, and you'd be off. And then you'd go into something like House Nation. I like all that kind of shit. Even now, which is quite weird, because I can imagine myself as a wrinkly old man. That there was a band I liked, Scottish band called Hipsway. I don't know if anybody remembers Hipsway, a long white car and stuff like that. Very rarely heard about now. I loved Hipsway. Talking Heads. Their album Slippery People was brilliant. That's the one. Your love's lifting me. Talking Heads, Slippery People. What else did I like? New Order, Blue Monday, all that sort of stuff. There was a whole load of different stuff coming in. Wasn't really into the modern, what we call the new romantics. Although they're classics and they're like, gold, always believe in your soul. All that sort of stuff. All that stuff all came out at once. And then you had like Boy George coming in. But yeah, High Energy and techno, and all that kind of, I liked all that shit. And now it's just, yeah, there's a lot of stuff out now that I do like though, but I tend to favour female vocalists. But again, boom, 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 let me hear you say, well, well. I can't believe it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, I need to watch my time with this because I'm using the free program, Powered by StreamYard for this. And it only gives you so many hours a month. So I may have to call it quits shortly in case I want to do a Saturday Night Live in the new year. I could get the unlimited one, but it's like $20 a month, and I'm not really on the income for that. So, Badfinger. Can I trap the Badfinger? I recognise that. Music died with Wagner. Handel's water music. Oh, Erasure, Small Town Boy and all that. Absolutely loved him. Was it Seaside Heights and Bon Jovi showed up to take pictures for their album New Jersey? Cool. Good Music died in '93. Depends what you were brought up with. As I say, I was brought up with country and western, Elvis, Patsy Cline, all that sort of stuff. But I developed my own. But definitely like a bit of ELO, Depeche Mode, just all that sort of stuff. I just didn't like the grunt. Bronski Beat, yeah. Small Town Boy. Back then, I didn't know what gay was. I just thought, this guy's got an incredibly high voice. How the fuck does he sing like that? It was brilliant. Billie Holiday, yeah. After doing the DJing, the guy that I worked for persuaded me to start doing karaoke. So I got into a lot of stuff that I wasn't maybe into. Getting a wee bit of John Denver and, you know, yeah, Jimmy Somerville, fucking brilliant. The other one was Mick Hucknall, Simply Red. Loved him as well. Queen, yeah. But then, Queen was always good. So as far as the rock went, I mean, I maybe wasn't into like Deep Purple and Motorhead and all that sort of thing. But Queen, yeah, I could relate to that. But a little bit of everything, as Edward says. Yeah, I like a varied. I could quite happily sit and listen to a Patsy Cline thing or Carpenters or something like that, or High Energy or whatever. Rush, right? You're getting into stuff I don't know a lot about, but if I probably heard one of their tunes, I'll go, that's all right. Like Deep Purple and that, wasn't into them. My mate was. He was really into them. He was like, oh, Deep Purple and Motorhead and all that sort of thing. I like Silencers. That doesn't ring a bell with me. Probably no if I heard it. Exploited. No. You got more into punky stuff. Because when I was at school, you had like the mods that were into like the Who and all that sort of thing. The punks that were into all the Clash and all that sort of thing. Susie and the Banshees, all that kind of stuff. Heard a Goodbye, Mr. Mackenzie. My musical knowledge is not that great, actually. Yeah, a wee bit of everything. But I wasn't into the really heavy rock. I preferred all the high energy dance stuff. Right, guys, we are the Proclaimers. Best tune they ever did was Sunshine on Leith. Right, it is 1 hour and 50 minutes into 2020. I have to wish the Jam. Oh, yeah. Ghost Town with the specials, all that sort of stuff. I have to thank you all very, very much for making my Hogmany coming into 2020 really quite enjoyable. As I say, I live alone. I don't get out much. Bit of a geek. Play about with electronics and make models and airbrush them and that at my bench. So, but I do love company and meeting different people for different walks and backgrounds and different countries and stuff like that. This is where the live feeds really sort of it's like me going out the house and going into a pub and sitting chatting to a load of folk that I'm most likely would not normally meet. So I'm thinking of excuse me a second. I'm thinking of I've done nothing really for about the past 12 months or so as far as YouTube goes. You'll probably notice more and more videos come up. If you're not into model making, my channel probably won't interest you. If you're not into basic electronics as it applies to maybe putting lighting into your model kit or me experimenting with electronics, if you're not into electronics, my channel's probably not for you. However, up until a year ago, I used to do a a Saturday night live stream with a bunch of other guys that were all into model making. And although we would do a Saturday night live show every Saturday, but we would hardly ever talk about model making. It was, as I say, to me, it's like going down to the pub with your mates, and we would all bounce off each other in chat. Normally, we'd be more than just myself on, and there'd be all you guys in chat, and sometimes we would sit like 50 people in chat, and somebody would come up with a topic and then like sausage rolls. No, that sausage rolls is rubbish. Oh, Susie and the Banshees, and go into all different subjects, like kind of like what we've done tonight. And it just makes it a really enjoyable evening. So I'm thinking of, I need to see if I can afford to do this StreamYard thing and pay the $20 a month. But I'm thinking of doing the Saturday night lives again. Now, it might just be myself for an hour or two on a Saturday evening. It's predominantly aimed at model makers. So you'll probably find most of the crowd that come in will be people who build models of stuff. And they might have questions like, Terry, have you tried this paint and stuff like that? And if I know the answer, I'll try and help them. And if I don't know the answer, then usually I've got somebody I can ask. But generally, it's just a bit of fun and banter, and it's not necessarily model making related. So if I do start up the Saturday nights and you've enjoyed this random sort of Hogmany thing, feel free to join in. You can subscribe. If you're actually interested in the model making and the electronic side of it, do click the little bell icon so you can be notified. If I get paid in crypto for another thing, but that's another subject. YouTube's the main thing I do. I don't do it for the money. If I make any money off it, I usually buy more gadgets and things so that I can share the gadgets and things with you, or kits in that way. I do it for fun. I enjoy meeting new people and having a blather and a laugh. And as you can probably tell, I'm not that politically correct. Anything goes, but we try and keep it sort of within YouTube standards. So, as I say, I'm thinking about doing a Saturday thing. I don't know what's going to happen in the new year. I want to get back to the bench, which I'm trying to do. At the moment, I'm concentrating on the electronic side of things. If it doesn't interest you, fair enough. But if the Saturday night lives interest you, where you can just sit and have a giggle with me and chat, or whoever I've got on friends-wise, feel free. I do have a Patreon channel, but I mean, all that will go down in the links down below. Really, only if you're into model making and electronics. But as far as the lives go, anything goes. So at 1 hour and 55 into New Year 2020, I'm going to sit and chill and relax for a little bit. I really do thank you all for joining in. There's been quite a lot of people in tonight, a lot of new names. I wish you all the best in 2020. Hope it's better than last year, if that's possible. John's just popped in going, getting that RD finished. Gordon's alive! Yeah, at the tail end as always. Thank you everybody for popping in. Keep me company, make me giggle. Until the next one, look after yourself and Happy New Year, folks! See you later. Now I just need to find the off button. It used to be here.